What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host Josh, and today we are coming on for a World Cup qualifier match watch-along between Canada and the US. The game is in Nashville, so we are the away team, and we're all very excited. It's going to be an interesting game, especially because we got to actually almost seem to pretty much full-strength teams going head-to-head. There's the lineups are out. We'll get into that probably pretty quickly and get into the chat, see what you guys are thinking today as well. I'm excited. Tax obviously doing this as well, and I know we had a nice little preview. We had a little combined 11. Had some fun content between the US and Canada, but this is the real test. I mean, there's been some crazy results that have already happened today. For you guys who have not heard, Panama's up 2-0 against Jamaica, and they're the away team today, which is insane. I think we're all pretty much cheering for a draw between El Salvador and Honduras. And the big one is Canada and the US. And another big reason on top of that is the fact that both had kind of disappointing games. I mean, we were at home. We drew 1-1. US away in El Salvador drew 1-1, I think, or 0-0, or whatever it was. I think it was 0-0. And we both kind of want to get a win. So this is an opportunity to do so. I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope you guys are excited. The game is on TSN for the Canadians out there. I know it's our national team game's been bouncing all over the place. Sportsnet, One Soccer, TSN, but you know, I'd be happy with the draw today. So let's get in the comments now, guys. If you're just tuning in, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub as well, and in the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen, put your score predictions. I see a lot of US flags. I'm gonna need the Canadians to step up here just a touch, and put in some Canadian flags here, because you know what, the US are dominating just a little bit. But I think a draw would suit Canada today from Dan, and it absolutely would. If you could pick up anything away from home in the US against the States, then that is nothing but a big win for me, as well as every other Canadian. But it's gonna be tough, man. Got some complaints. The broadcasting agreement for these games are ridiculous. Yeah, they're a little all over the place, man. They are a little all over the place. I got to sign up for TSN for the month to watch one game. No Reina today. That is a big one. No Weston either. So, I mean, those are honestly pretty big W's there for the Canadians. Now, we have Jonathan David available to us. He's not in the starting 11. I think a lot of us expected that after his kind of poor showing earlier in the previous game. Member on the channel, Kelly's here. Matty D is here. Says, let's go. They draw 0-0. Hi, did you see the Germany game today from Angie? I did. Absolutely ran over Armenia 6-0. What rule did Mckinney break? I don't know. I obviously was not staying up with that. Does anyone know why Weston McKinney is not in? I just saw Twitter getting all upset. I just figured that it wasn't for a specific reason. But if anyone can inform me as to why Gio... Well, I heard Gio hurt himself, hurt his calf. I did not hear why Weston wasn't in. We got 4-1 for Canada from David. I like that. Damn, Austin Villa want Mckinney in January. They're moving mad. I think 2-1 for the US. Going against the Canadians. It's okay. 7-1 for a result earlier today for Poland. I don't know either team very well, says Angie. Thinking a draw. I will take a draw in a heartbeat. We'll take a draw in a heartbeat. I think it's going to be 1-1 again. I'll take the 1-1 draw. You guys know that. You guys know, a 1-1 draw would be fantastic for us. They haven't said what rule McKinney broke. I'm assuming probably something to do with COVID. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but that's very interesting. It's a big loss. Looking at the US's midfield makes me a little bit more confident in today's match. So I guess, guys, we'll bring up the starting 11 for Canada. We'll take a little look at it, and we'll discuss it. Because, like, again, similar to the last game, this formation, this personnel can be played a couple different ways. We'll get into that. We're just going to have to get rid of this spammer. But anyways, I see a lot of people complaining about this lineup, but honestly, I think it's a good balance between our strongest team and our B team. And I think that we should be able to play a really good team against El Salvador. Yan, you're absolutely right. And in my prediction, when you guys were reaching out to me and when I went over on Tax channel, I said you should expect something similar to this lineup. There's only a few players who I can picture playing every single match. Borjan's one. Alistair Johnson's won 1,000% because there's no one who can come close to playing in that outside right center back. Eustachio and one of David and Laren and then Davies. So 5 to 6 players that can play all 3 games. And we're seeing exactly that. It was David who was getting the nod, but I'll go over 2 different ways I think this team can line up today. So it can be played in a 3-4-3, as you guys see right here. So Borjan is in net. Right wing back is Larea. Outside right center back is Johnston. Central center back is Henry. We all probably expected him to come in, play in the middle. It's the only position he can really play in this back 3. And Kennedy coming in, rightfully so. In my opinion, I thought he probably should have started the first one. Atakubi is coming in as well, playing on the outside left wing back. Eustachio K through the middle. Hoylett as right wing. Davies as left wing. And Laren through the middle. However, it could also be played in a 4-4-2. So if it was to be played in a 4-4-2, you would literally just see a shift. I'm assuming he's going to play in a 3-5-2 just because, or 3-4-3 because back threes, and you know how Herdman is. But if it was to be played in a 4-4-2, it would be Borjan in net, right back Alistair Johnson, center back Henry and Kennedy, left back Atakubi, right mid Larea, he can play that role well. K, Eustachio through the middle. Davies would then go back to left mid, and then Hoylett kind of plays that false 9 just under Kyle Laren, who is, of course, then our striker. So we'll have to see when the game gets started exactly how we are lining up. But like I said, 3-4-3 is my assumption, with the potential maybe playing in a 4-4-2. You guys know what we did in the last time out. It was kind of frustrating. We attacked in a 3-5-2, and then we defended in a 4-4-2, and honestly, we just overthought it a little bit. It is a little different. The U.S. has got an interesting lineup as well, we will get into soon. We got Yeet Yeet here. My boy. We found some common ground, me and Yeet Yeet, but he did say Des is going to pocket Davies. We're going to have to see, my man. We're going to have to see. I don't know about Davies attacking versus Des defending. I think I would back Davies in that one. Timo Werner. Yes. Davies as a left wing is going to be funny. It's going to be painful. It's going to be painful. I genuinely hope it is lined up in the 3-4-3. I think this team is set up better to play in a back 3. And especially with Davies has freedom to go a little further ahead today, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I think he'll cause Serginho Dest a lot of trouble. Josh, why has Herdman moved away from the 3-5-2? We had so much success in the Gold Cup with it. I'm not 100% sure. I honestly, I don't know what to say. I like the 3-5-2. It fits Laren. It fits David. It fits Davies. Buchanan can come in here. Larea. A 3-5-2 is, in my opinion, our best formation. However, it looks like I said, one of David or Laren were probably not going to start this. So he's obviously switching things up. The thing that makes me a little bit nervous is that he kind of switched things up in the first game against Honduras with playing Richie Larea as a center mid while having the ball and then defending as a left back. And it just didn't click. And now we're trying something else a little bit different. A 3-5-2. The reason is the 3-man midfield. The 3-man midfield is honestly just class because it actually gives us a potential to boss the midfield. And when we don't have that extra body in there, we have 3 more attacking players with Hoylett, Davies, and Laren. I think we lose a little bit in the midfield, and that's where the game could be won or lost today. So, Beans, we're gonna have to see how it works out. I do think right now, just looking at the starting 11, it looks nice. But I am nervous about that midfield. That is the biggest issue I have right now is if Kay and Eustachio can do the job. England won 4-0. Yes, they did. You guys are saying smash the like button, and I appreciate it. If you guys are just tuning in today, be sure to drop a like, say hello, put your score predictions in. Panama scored again. Wow, 3-0. That is quite something. Jamaica are losing 3-0 to Panama with their best team. Thoughts? I think it's funny. I'm pretty sure tactical manager would be dying laughing. But it's surprising. I'm not gonna pretend it's not. Jamaica's the home team. They've added 4 or 5 names to this team. I mean, their front line. Bobby Reed's back in. Kamar Roof, Michel Antonio. Like, those are some pretty good footballers, and they lost 3-0 at home to Panama, who was mostly predicted dead last in this octagonal, which just makes things so interesting, man. It really does. But let's take a little look now at the States' starting 11. I don't know exactly how it's going to play. I'm assuming it's going to be a 4-3-3. Matt Turner is in net. Right back, Serginho Dest. Center back is Brooks and Miles Robinson, which I think will be a pretty tough center back pairing right there. Other Robinson is on left back. The 3 midfields, which, because Weston's out, a lot different, man. It's Sebastian Lletget, Kellen Acosta, and Tyler Adams. So, I mean, their midfield, let's not to be disrespectful at all, but it took a beating after Weston's not being in there. Lletget and Acosta do perform relatively decently for the U.S. men's national team. But, I mean, that's obviously their weakness. If you're looking at this team right now, the midfield just got pretty much thrown all over the place. And then I'm assuming that Pulisic is going to go out on the left, Brennan Harrison on the right, and Jordan is going to be playing through the middle. But if we have any U.S. fans in the chat today who think that it could line up in a different formation, or if there's anything you guys want to add, feel free to comment now. Yeet, did I guess the formation properly? I am thinking that. Yan says, I think Hoylett will play as a 10. Yeah, he could. He could. The only thing I had an issue with that is that more than likely if he was to play in a 10, we would need a, unless it was a 4-2-3-1. I guess we could play in a 4-2-3-1. Davies at left attacking mid, Leray at right attacking mid, K as a CDM alongside Eustachio, Hoylett as your 10, and then layering up front. That could be the case. I haven't seen Herdman do anything near that yet, so we will have to see. But Des versus Davies is scary for me as a Yanks fan. I can see that. Oscar says, hit the like button. Much love, Oscar. Davies has improved defensive game a lot in the last 18 months. That is also true. But when he plays for Canada, I'm hoping to see a little bit more attacking than defending for Fonzie today, so it should be pretty interesting to see how he can do. Mexico is a man down. These qualifiers are going all over the place. Let's go take a look. Costa Rica and Mexico. Oh, well, I don't see a red card, so I'm not sure what someone in the chat was talking about, but regardless, their team is a bit poor. Where's IMAX at football when you need him? Yeah, I'm curious to see what JD's going to have to say. This game stinks of a draw. So disappointing from American Soccer United. I would love that, man. I would love that. Why do more American players than Canadians? Why do I know more? US, they have more. I mean, there's 336 million people that come from the States. They have a lot more footballers. And they have a lot more footballers, especially in the top 5 leagues, than Canada does. So that would make sense if you're a neutral and you don't really know. I'm assuming you'd probably know more U.S. players than you would Canadians. Adams is the only midfielder I think has enough quality, and he's at RB Leipzig, surprisingly weak team. Stefan's not in goal. No, I can't. I don't remember why. Stefan has COVID. All right, well, that is why. There we go. I don't know why I still want to watch a Canada game. I'm from Sweden. It's 2 o'clock, but hey... Don't say no to a good football match. This one will be interesting, guys. This one will be interesting. Canada, US. It's going to be fun. It really is. I have no idea really what to expect. I'd be very, very happy with the draw. But after seeing this midfield from the US, who knows? It could be a little bit more open game than we think so. Uruguay beat Bolivia 4-1. They did. I wasn't paying attention. What lineup did you predict? That's my prediction. Let me know, Canadians, if you agree. I'm predicting a 3-4-3. It could be also played in a 4-4-2, and I mean, honestly, it could also be played in a 4-2-3-1. But again, realistically, this is what it's going to look like. Luckily, I'm a Bayern fan, so I won't be too sad to see Davies had a good game. That's fair, old St. Mick. That is fair. Okay, that's promising. He's also Man City's second goalie. Yeah, Matt Turner has been in excellent form, though, for the U.S., to be fair. Matt Turner has been in really good form for the U.S. I don't think that's a weak spot for them at all. I would just looking at their starting 11 would say it's the midfield, to be completely honest. But Canada's only ever beaten us once. We did. It was a nice, good moment, and then you guys came and beat us 4-1 the next time, so it didn't really matter. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park tonight for either team. But I mean, this should be the U.S.'s game to lose. Let's be honest. I'm not sure how Greg has managed to win games like he has. It's so consistently playing our boys out of position. Yeah, it looks like almost everyone's going to be playing in position today, though. Josh, what do you think about the Brazil versus Argentina game being canceled? I didn't get the lowdown. From what I heard is just the fact that the players that were being released from England weren't supposed to be released, and then the Brazilian authorities, police came and escorted them off, and then the game was abandoned. Kind of ridiculous. I'm not sure how the game even got started, if it was supposed to come down to that. Who knows? I have no idea, but yeah, just kind of ridiculous to say that. But if you guys are just tuning in, be sure to drop a like, say hello in the chat, and give me your guys' score predictions. We've got a lot of draws, actually. I think the number one draw we've got is 1-1. And a 1-1 scoreline, like I've said a bunch of times, I will take that. I will take that every day of the week. I'm just using European football. These games are in a different pace, and it's good to watch. It's fair. It's fair. It's true. CONCACAF games can be interesting. They really can. Pepe Chardin should have started, not PFOC. I don't know. I mean, he's in good form for young boys, scoring in Champions League qualifiers. I believe he's doing well in their league as well. That's who I probably would have started. I would have liked to see Pepe get a start just because he just committed to the US. He's scoring for fun in the MLS. I would have left Josh Sargent on the bench. So, I mean, that was a good call, in my opinion, for Greg there. A draw is okay. Brazil should be awarded a 3-0 win. It's debatable. It's debatable. Got a prediction 2-1 for the Yanks. From a Canadian, too. That's all right. It's all right. 1-0 US, hopefully, but I don't have much faith. It's very interesting. A lot of US fans I've also seen saying that they think Canada will even pull off a win, which really, really surprising for me. If we picked up anything more than a win, I think that would be if we got a win, like I would be breathless. I really would. A draw would honestly be great, especially if we can pick up 3 points against El Salvador. We pick up 5. It's not the worst, especially after that Honduran draw, but 1-0 for the Yanks is what I'm hoping for. We have looked shaky. We have the tools, but the U.S. is still very young. Yeah, I mean, looking at a 4-3-3 going up against a potential 3-4-3 or 4-4-2, I think Davies is going to have a lot more of the ball. And I think Serginho Dest is going to have the really good game to be able to stop him, because there's a tendency when the Canadian men's national team plays to get the ball to Davies. Now, obviously, he's a world-class player. He can drive. He's been driving for fun in that Honduras game. It didn't lead to much. A lot of chances, just none of them we were able to take. However, I think it's just a matter of time. And Serginho Dest is going to have a lot of pressure coming on him today. If that is indeed the formation we do, a lot of overlapping runs. Atakubi can get up there as well. And then the U.S., I mean, a weakness for them is that striker position. I don't know, and I know that the U.S. fans aren't overly convinced that there is going to be a striker who can put the ball in the back of the net. And, I mean, if people can't take his chances today, it's going to be very interesting to see how they can do. And if we have a goal-scoring form like someone like Kyle Larin, Davies can find a way to pick him out, I think we can do some damage. Stop kissing the Yanks' ass. I'm not kissing their butt. I said draw. I said draw. On Tax Channel, I said draw. I think that there's a good opportunity after that frustrating result for the U.S. in El Salvador. I think there's a good chance that they're going to be missing something. But it's going to be a lot of fun, man. 1-0 to the U.S. This is their golden generation with a few missing. It is. The midfield is the biggest one that they're missing. I like that Matt Turner and Miles Robinson are in for the U.S. because I think they had good Gold Cups, but their team is still looking a little all over the place. Finishing has been a problem for Canada. Sort of. I do agree that there's been chances that we didn't take in the last few matches, but all in all, this team is able to create goals. We are able to score, and it's just a matter of time. It's whether we can defend and take all the chances, because in a game like this, chances won't come as often as we're probably hoping so, and we need to take them. We really do. Pulisic is good. They may have as well play a 4-3-3, drop Larea, and put in Osorio. They could. I mean, they could. They probably won't unless they have to switch it up sometime in the second half. But for the main part, this team is more than likely going to line up in this 3-4-3. We're going to be able to tell hopefully once the game actually gets started here. But all in all, oh, Mexico scored. All in all, there's a good chance that I think red card. I'm gonna go over that game. No, there was a substitution and a goal. So Mexico is up 1-0. Panama's up 3, and the Honduras and El Salvador is still 0-0. I'm hoping that one does end in a 0-0 draw, because that would just be perfect. Honestly, no matter what happens tonight, but it makes me a little bit nervous. Because Honduras, even El Salvador, they can be something else. USA from Nathan. No. That's okay. Some US fans tuning in. There's no Gio, no Weston. I think the Canadians will feel a little bit more confident than they were going to. Jordan has been a great form for Rennes, by the way, in their European qualifiers. He plays for Young Boys. Was looking at, okay. I was gonna say he's playing for the Young Boys. He has had a good goal scoring run for them. He's a striker who I probably would have started for the US, and you never know. It can be a little bit dangerous. Canada again went from the 3-man midfield, which made them so successful this year. Yeah, that is my biggest concern. Because there is no real way to do this formation with a 3-man midfield. We did see, I guess, Larea go into the midfield. It did not work, obviously. But I just don't see it being played another way. I'm not sure exactly what he's thinking about. It could even, like I said, it could easily be that 4-4-2 with Larea and Davies just playing as right mid and left mid. But I don't know. I like the 3-man midfield. I really did. Eustachio, okay. You could put Osorio in there, for example. But we would have had to play a different system. And we're going to have to wait and see if this is a mistake from Herdman or not. It would have been nice to get those 3 points against Honduras. Can't waste any more points like that. We can't. We really can't. That's why, I mean, getting a point today would be perfect. And then picking up 3 against El Salvador is a must. No matter what happens tonight, it's a must. We'll have to see. Go Canada from Australia. All the way across the world. James still giving us some love. I appreciate it, my man. Joseph says, hi, Josh. How you doing, my friend? What do you think of the game tonight? I would think 2 DMs would be a good today as a double pivot midfield battle to get Canada the win. It depends. And like someone put up a good point saying that it could be in a 4-2-3-1 with Hoylett playing as the 10. But I don't know. I would like a back 3. And I can only see the 3-4-3 really being played with this system. I prefer Davies at left back. Wasn't happy with last game's performance. Our last game's formation. He played, I mean, he'll never play as a left back for Canada. He'll play as a left wing back. Sometimes potentially even a left winger. We don't see that often, but his 2 number 1 formations for Canada would be in a 4-4-2 playing as left midfield, or a 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 playing at left wing back. But now it looks like he could be potentially playing as a winger today. And just seeing how dangerous he was against Honduras. I mean, this man can create so many chances. And I'm really excited to see what kind of dangers he can do today and cause on the likes of Serginho Dest. With the game coming very, very close to getting started. It is showing a 4-4-2 though. Nah, that's definitely not the starting 11 though. But we'll have to see. I mean, we're only gonna know what they're playing once this game gets going. It could be played in a couple different formations. But the number one thing, guys, is I'm just excited. I'm excited to watch the U.S. take on Canada again. It was a different feel in the Gold Cup. A lot less was on the line. It was the last game of the group stage. Both were already going through. I mean, David weren't even at the tournament. The U.S. didn't have any of their starters at the tournament, really. And now is a chance to have almost a fully fit 100% teams going head-to-head here. And I'm just really excited, man. I actually really am. And if you guys are excited too, be sure to drop the like. Let's get to 50 likes, guys. If we can get to 50 likes before the game gets started, you've done something very impressive. You really have. You guys have nailed all the goals I've set for the last few days, but it will be fun. Canada doesn't have a good history proposing for a draw. They'll have to go for the win. They could, and I just think that the firepower up front is going to be the biggest thing that causes the U.S. problems. The midfield battle, I think it's questionable. I think it's questionable because I don't like the fact we're not playing with a midfield 3, and at the same time, I think, the U.S.'s midfield isn't as good as it probably could be. So it'll be an interesting and open battle, I think, for the middle of the park. 4-2-3-1 is boring, but you could get the job done. I see it every week. If the U.S. attacks, 4-2-3-1 would let Canada hit and use on their pace. They would. It's just, Herdman, when you don't have a lot of time with a national team, you have to know your systems. And the 3-5-2, like it or hate it, has brought Canada some success. And now it's like all of a sudden Herdman's trying to overcomplicate things. And there was a lot of things that frustrated us Canadians in that Honduran match. Is because we were dominating the game, created a lot of chances through Alphonso Davies, and then just weird little transitions where we'd attack in 3-5-2, defend in a 4-4-2, and then switch Buchanan to left wing back, Davies to right wing back, led to a penalty. Let's swap them back. And there was just so much weird things happening in that game. And I just think to be successful in these kind of competitions, you need to stick with what's familiar and what works. So that's why this midfield today has got me questioning it. But either way, we're going to have to wait and see. Steven says, can you explain how points work? You get a win, you get 3 points. A draw, 1, and a loss, nothing. Very similar to, obviously, any kind of football, really. But in terms of qualification, each team will play each other twice. There'll be 14 games. The top 3 automatically qualify for the World Cup, and the 4th place goes to the Interconfederational Playoff, where they could take on, I believe it's maybe like a team like, for example, New Zealand. It all depends, but that's how it works. Joseph says, I am excited. Was a great experience at the stadium last week. Atmosphere will be better today. It's going to be bumping. It's going to be bumping in Nashville. It's going to be fun, though. Davies finally play on the wing. He will have fun. I'm thinking. We don't know. He could be playing as like a left midfielder. We're going to have to wait and see what happens today. Would you take Legit at Canada? I mean, I'm not in the mood to turn down players, but I mean, Legit, in my opinion, wouldn't come close to like our starting team. I don't like if he was on our team tonight, I wouldn't start him, but I mean, I would never turn down a player when you're Canada. You never know when a player can come in handy. I mean, look at Legit. He's starting for the US today. Anton Robinson is finally playing for us again. It's good to see. It's good to see. Why did we play Watherspoon and Osorio if we're not going to use them as flexible 10s? I am a little bummed that we haven't seen Watherspoon. I thought every time he's played for Canada, he's played very well. I think he's a very creative player. I think he honestly he's a similar player to Osorio, but I think he's got just a little bit more quality. I would have liked him maybe in the midfield three. If we actually played a proper 3-5-2, had Eustachio in there, had Hutch or whoever it is, and then have Watherspoon drifting just ahead of them, it'd have been fun. But did just gain a subscriber on the channel, so I appreciate that, my friend. If you guys are new around here, you want to help the channel out, be sure to drop a like on the stream and subscribe like our friend just did there to join the community. And the game is getting very close to kickoff. So if you haven't done so yet, be sure to put your prediction in. I'm going to say the biggest consensus so far is the fact that everyone thinks it may or may not be a draw. And that's a win. That's a win there for Canada, guys. Points basically is the same as hockey, except 3 is a win, not 2. It's true. It's true. Hey, Josh, I am glad that you're getting pumped up to silence the U.S. team and Tactical Manager's getting ready to watch his team crash out from World Cup qualification. Absolutely no love lost whatsoever from Catalina. I get to see my country, Canada, and ass beating in my lifetime in an NFL stadium. Thank God. Is the game on One Soccer? It is not. It is on TSN for you Canadians out there. Good luck to you guys. Let's hope we get a great game. I'm hoping so. I think it's got all the right things to come on here and make a pretty good team, to be honest. It's going to be a good game. Can't believe Jamaica lost. Yeah, and not only lost, but got pumped. They had a good-looking team. Maybe it's just the fact that they haven't played together. I mean, there's a lot of hype about Antonio saying that he'd be the best striker in CONCACAF. I don't think that's totally fair. I mean, I think Jonathan David's a better striker. I think Raul Jimenez is a much better striker. And he's never played it. He's never done it in CONCACAF before. So, nice little eye-opener getting shut out 3-0 at home against Panama, man. So, yeah, it was wild, though. I wish Conrad was playing today. Conrad is on a pretty good form for Marseille. I'm not going to lie. I don't think he was overly that effective, though, in his opening game against El Salvador. Maybe that's why he got moved over to the bench. We have a young team. We can beat anybody. We are not underdogs. Canada all the way. I like it, Van Francis. I like it. If John Brooks from Wolfsburg, I think, has a bad game, Canada have a chance. We'll have to see how he can line up. I don't think he's played with Miles Robinson before. I could be wrong. If I am, U.S. fans, correct me. So it'll be a good task to see how their partnership can do today against the likes of Kyle Larin up front. When was the last time the men's team was on TSN? Glad that we're finally having a bit more recognition. I honestly couldn't tell you. These viewers or these games are just going all over the place. I mean, most of them, 13 out of 14 games are on One Soccer and Sportsnet. And then this one singular game, because US had the rights, is on TSN/ESPN. I don't know. It's weird. Brady C has joined, a member on the channel. Says, if El Salvador Honduras ends in a draw, that could be huge. You guys got to admit, going into that Honduras and El Salvador game, it's got 0-0 written all over it. It really does. And I would be pumped. It would be huge for both US and Canada. I told you they'd get 7th, even though they're currently last. Yeah, a lot of question marks are going around Jamaica right now. I'm not gonna lie. But the game's getting close, guys. I hope you guys are excited. This one should be fun. Showing some nice little highlights still on TSN. It's good to see. What's up? Hopefully this will be a good game from Cam S. I think it will be. I don't know what to expect. I'm ready. I'm ready to see a pretty much fully fit Canada and US team going at each other. And I say pretty much because we're missing like Jonathan David. You're missing Gio. You guys get it. But it still is going to be a much different complexion than the game we saw in the Gold Cup. Joseph said prediction 2-1 for Canada. We got Logan saying a 3-1 win for the U.S. I would join you, but I don't like. I'd be using my parents' money, and they don't like me spending money. That's okay, David. I appreciate you guys just showing on. Whether you're a member on the channel, if you donate, whatever it is, or if you just come in here, drop a like, drop a sub, it's all helping the channel. We appreciate it, and hopefully you guys are fired up because this will be an interesting one. This will definitely be an interesting one. We got 3-0 for Canada. With the game coming very closely, guys. Very, very closely. Why isn't David playing? I'm assuming just being rested. There's another game coming up. One of the 3 games had to basically be as kind of a switch up game, and it's not like we have a total switch up. We have some of our best players playing, clearly. But Hutch is on the bench, which I had a feeling he would be. Buchanan's on the bench. David's on the bench. Cavallini's actually here, but I wasn't expecting him to start. Vittoria as well. There's a decent amount of players that are coming in, but if you look at who's coming in today, who didn't play the other game, Adekubi's in. Adekubi could arguably, depending on the formation, be a starter for this team. Daniel Henry, in my opinion, is a similar type of player to Vittoria. I mean, they're both intelligent central center backs. So, I mean, they're a straight swap. I think Scott Kennedy coming in is a big boost for Canada, if I'm being completely honest. Kay can be a regular starter. And honestly, so can Hoylett. It's still a pretty strong lineup, as is obviously the U.S. It's just having Gio, for example, and not having him in, and as well as not having Weston, but having Leggett and Acosta, it is a little different. It really is. We'll have to see what they can do. Steven says Canada, Mexico, U.S. should represent CONCACAF. It's fair. It's fair. Pulisic is rocking the captain's armband today. They're coming on out, guys. We get to see... And let me know right now, guys, out of 10, if you haven't seen Canada's jerseys yet, they're black. I think they look fantastic. Give me a rating out of 10. From 0 to 10, how do you think they look? Because I'm digging them. I think they're going to go nice. Black versus the white of the U.S. today. It'll be pretty cool. I really like them. I'd probably give them an 8. Producer T, what do you think? Have you seen the black jerseys yet? For Canada? He hasn't. Producer, you haven't seen him yet. He's about to. I think they look really good. Mexico is up by 1. I did see that. Which is good, I guess. I mean, they're gonna qualify, so take other points where you can get them. 6.9 out of 10. You dirty man. It's okay. It's okay. I smell goals. It's 8:05 a.m. in Singapore. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. Let me know where you guys are watching from today. Put some flags in. I know we got someone from Australia, Singapore. I know we got a good chunk of Canadians and probably Americans as well. But let me know where you guys are tuning in from today. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe. If you're a new face around here, say hello in the chat because this thing is coming very close. Looks like a good little atmosphere, man. It really does. I'm jealous. I wish I could be there. But we got, for our ratings, we got a 10 from Cole, a 7, 8, 6, the 6.9, you know, it's okay. It's okay. We got people watching today from the U.S., here from BC, Canada. Brampton, nice. Tyler's coming in 4 times with the U.S., you know, it's all good. New York, Angola, very cool. Vancouver, I like it. I like it. A lot of people watching all over the place. Big game today. I hope you guys are fired up. Niagara as well, very cool. I'm tuning in from Canada, as you guys obviously know. They're showing the odd Canadian fan in the stand. Hasn't been yelled at yet. Adekubi's got some good-looking hair. Ryan's watching from Ottawa, New Brunswick. Another one from Ottawa. Oklahoma in the U.S. Etobicoke. Let's get it, Josh. Let's get it, my man. There's a good chunk of Ottawa gangs here today. There really is. This should be fun. Watching from Ontario, joining myself, Ottawa, FS1 to watch the game. I'd give the kid an 8 out of 10. I'd give it an 8 out of 10 too. That's what I gave it. I like it. I think it looks really good. If I didn't just buy a red one, I arguably would have bought a black one. And they're singing "Oh Canada" nice and loud. It's beautiful to see. You see one Canadian sitting in the crowd beside, like, I don't know, 4,000 US fans. Watching from Quebec, I feel so not special. The Man U kit is a 10, to be honest. And it's red. Argentina. Very cool, very cool. Our Argentinian viewer, what do you think about the Argentina-Brazil game that happened today? I'm very curious to get it from an Argentine perspective. When does the game start? It is coming up very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very soon. So if you haven't done so yet, get your predictions in. I'm going to say 1-1. I'm going to say 1-1. I do think it's going to be a good game. I think the U.S. are obviously favorites. Let's be for real. But I do think that if we play the right system, we get the things right from the off, there could be a chance Alphonso Davies and company can cause some problem for the U.S. today. The Man United third kit looks fresh. I agree, Gavin. I agree. Alex is tuning in from Brazil. Tyler once again is coming in from the U.S. Josh, what do you think about Ronaldo going back to Manchester? I think it suited him more than going to City. I don't think he's going to win anything, though. My bold statement was Ronaldo goes trophyless this year. That didn't happen. Totally sucked. I ordered my David Canada red shirt today. You're matching me, my man. Number 20. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. I got me David. Damn, US got Pulisic back. They did, but they don't have Gio in today's game, and they also don't have Weston. Two huge targets. And I mean, they got Acosta and Lletget coming in, so that makes me feel a little bit better in that midfield. 2-2 is a nice prediction. I'd be fine with that. It'd be 4 goals in this game. David says we got 50 likes. You guys have been killing it. All right, next goal target, guys. 100 likes. 100 likes. We'll get there eventually throughout the stream, but I appreciate you guys tuning in, showing some support. And it is showing on TSN the same formation that we talked about. It is the 3-4-3. Davies out on the left, Hoylett on the right, Larin through the middle, Larea and Atakubi at left and right wing back, Kane Eustaquio through the middle, Johnston, Henry, Kennedy as your 3 defenders with Borjan in net. So that is what we predicted, but like I said, looking at the shape, it could easily be played in a 4-4-2. They couldn't get a singer to sing the Canadian anthem. It's not like Nashville is known for the... That is true. That is true. That made me laugh. Yeah, what is Nashville known for? All right, that's an excellent comment, and you're absolutely spot on. Who knows? And it is showing the starting 11 today for the U.S. So this is where you get questionable. They're showing it in the 4-3-3, which we all expected, but they have Lletget playing at right wings, and then Eriksen as a center mid. I'm assuming that'll be swapped. My guess it'll be Adams at the 6 with Acosta and Lletget as your dual 8s. Then Eriksen on the right, Pulisic on the left, and Pifok up front. That is my guess. Since they played 5 minutes, all players should be isolated. Brazil is mad about losing to us and not having their English players. Yeah. So it was something else today, man. Something else. Pulisic and Borjan are the skippers tonight, going for the coin flip. Virginia here, go US. Sorry, Josh. It's all good. It's all good. If you're American, you come on this chat and you cheer for America. And if you're Canadian, you cheer for the Canadians. Hopefully, it's just a good match. I'm really excited to see what these two will go against each other. The CONCACAF has been surprising. I mean, us drawing against Honduras at home, you guys drawing against El Salvador on the road. Panama absolutely wrecking Jamaica today with all their new dual nationals. It's a nice little sight, man. It's a nice little sight. Jimmy says weird starting formation for Canada. It is a little different. It is a little different. The 3-5-2 is what we know all about. And I guess he decided to go in a different way. I'm curious to see what this will mean for Davies. If he'll be a little bit more involved. If he'll, I guess, obviously go... I mean, he's always involved. It doesn't matter if he's playing even at left back. Alphonso Davies is always involved. But the fact that he's playing so high up the pitch, I think it'll be really interesting to see how he can do today. This should be a banger. We got tactical managers... Baby Mama, a.k.a. Jason Grass. Hopefully Rana isn't injured. That comes in with a very serious comment to that name. But that's... Yeah, hopefully Gio is not seriously injured. You don't want to see it at all. I mean, being a Dortmund fan, as I am, I really don't want to see Gio going down. I think he's got a pretty prominent role to play, not only for for us, but I mean also for the US in qualifiers. But come on, US, this is my country. Well, there you go, my friends. Drop a like, guys. One last time. Kickoff has just happened. Game is on. Canada, US, World Cup qualifiers in the Ocho. Let's see what we can do. Rocking a nice little look too, though, for the Canadians. I do really like the black kits. I do. A lot of people said that they're just plain. They don't look that. I think they look very, very good. This is my honest opinion. The U.S. atmosphere isn't anything, but it's starting to get good. Looked like a pretty good atmosphere. There's a lot of people in that stadium tonight. Stachio's on the ball already, though. Just trying to... It does kind of look already like it is going to be played in a 3-4-3 like we were expecting. And a very quick corner kick coming up. I thought Panama scored more against Jamaica. Fair. Jamaica isn't serious need of European players. All black kits do look great usually. Yeah, I like them. I really do. Snoopy says he's scared for Canada. I don't know. Man. I got an early corner. Get the crowd on the wrong side here. Corner kick coming up for Canada. It's being taken by Junior Hoylett. Interesting ball to Atakubi. Am I a Forge fan? I am. If I was my CPL team is the Hamilton Forge. They're the closest team to me. I was lucky enough to be able to do some work with them at my previous job. Met a few of their players. Had season tickets in their first season. So, yep, I rock this hat proudly when we do our Canadian streams. Show my CPL side. Hello, Josh. Where am I right now? How well do you know me? You are watching a Canadian men's national team versus U.S. men's national team World Cup qualifier. So I hope you find yourself in the right place. Mark says, would you take Pulisic back at Dortmund? In a heartbeat. I took any winger, pretty much. Wanted Callum Hudson-Odoi. If I had the choice between Callum Hudson-Odoi or Pulisic, I would have took Pulisic back. He's got familiar. He really liked playing for Dortmund. I don't know what his minutes will look like this year. Could have got him on a loan. I don't know. I would have. But nicely done. But yeah, it is looking like... Actually, I don't know. Let me know if you guys take a look as well. As Larea just gave it away there. Oh, and a very tough challenge already from Alistair Johnson. He'll be lucky if he gets away without getting a yellow card there. It's a good... I mean, it's a very aggressive challenge for very early. I think he got pretty lucky he didn't get a yellow there. But that's just poor from Richie Larea. Trying to take him on 1v1, loses it. And a really aggressive challenge from Alistair Johnson. Just comes right through the player. But, yeah, sloppy. I still can't really tell, though, if we're playing in a 4-4-2 or a 3-4-3. I do see, at times, a back four. Now, maybe this has to do with the fact that we like changing our shape. Attacking versus defending. I'll have to take another closer look. But there is a free kick coming up here. Edson Alvarez is the fourth most used player in the UEFA Champions League Fantasy. That's very interesting. All right. We got Erison and Pulisic over the ball. Really poor ball. Even poorer clearance, though. It's not a good ball there from Christian Pulisic. But yeah, I would have thought that would have been a yellow card. I think the only reason Alistair Johnson didn't get a yellow there is that it's so early in the match. It just wasn't meant to be for him, man. Interesting. Robinson's over the ball. Gonna say, is Anton Robinson uses right? I'm confused there. But another very poor corner, and on the counter is the Canadians. Hoylett picks an interesting ball to find Davies. 2 a.m. Hey, welcome, my friend. Welcome. That's a poor ball there. Hopefully you guys are doing good. If you're just tuning in, be sure to drop a like. Say hello in the chat. Let me know your thoughts on this upcoming fixture, because it should be a good one. That's why he's always on the bench. Hazard plus 20, 35 to Chelsea for Pulisic. Who says no? Chelsea probably say no. Hazard's just not worth a whole lot anymore. I mean, I think we'd be lucky to get 25 to 30 for him. And I don't think Chelsea would want him. The injuries have really hurt him in the last season. I think if he can stay fit, he'll be very useful for Dortmund, but it's not that a lot of teams will be looking for him to go there just because of his injury. A team like Leicester, for example, who was linked to Hazard, could have went there, but I feel like Canada needs all 3 points more than the US. You're definitely right. I mean, I don't know how this qualifier is going to go for the Canadians. We had a tough game against Honduras at home. We should have honestly took all 3 points. I think we deserved to take all 3 points, but we just couldn't get that final ball, that final piece of quality that we really needed, and we ended up regretting it. With a 1-1 draw at home to Honduras isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's not good enough. In my opinion, if you pick up a point today, a single point today, is a huge result for Canada. They do look like they are lined up in that 3-4-3 though. You can see a clear, distinctive front three with Larin, Hoylett, and Alphonso Davies. But it's going to be interesting, man. It really is. See how that midfield battle goes, adding the likes of Leggett and Acosta for the US. Decent ball there from Henry, who does very well. If US draws or loses, oh boy, there will be riots. That's what we're hoping for, man. That's what we're hoping for. Really enjoying the live streams. Hello from Vancouver. I appreciate the kind words, my man. If you guys are enjoying it, be sure to drop a like and say hello in the chat, especially if you're a new face around here and want to join our community. It is good to have you guys here. A little nervous. I'd like to see Canada get a big result here. It's better than almost all teams in Europe. It's up there with PSG, Man City, and Man United. Good evening from Scarborough, Ontario. Let's go Canada from Mike. Very nice, Mike. Very nice. You said we needed 6 points from this window, right? I did, and it obviously doesn't look like that's going to be the case. It's tough. I would have liked to see 6. Oh, nicely done there. The reason I would have liked to see 6 is because I was hoping for wins at home. That's how you qualify for the World Cup in the CONCACAF. You need to win your home games, at least the vast majority of the ones that you can win, and you need to try to steal points on the road. Honduras stole a point on the road. We didn't get a win. That's poor. We need nothing but 3 points against El Salvador, and like I said today, a point is a phenomenal result. It is. I mean, if we can get a draw from the US and we beat El Salvador and we go away with 5, it's manageable. So is 4. It just they make it a lot harder on ourselves. If we can win here and win against El Salvador, and we take 7 from 9. That's even better. That's a really good ball there though from K to find Alphonso Davies, and this is where we want him. Running at Tyler Adams. Take a look for Hoylett. Oh, Davies. He still finds the ball though. Does really, really well against Tyler Adams. A couple Bundesliga boys there. Davies, that was kind of poor. That was actually really poor. Junior Hoylett was really wide open at the top of the box. He should have just laid it across for him there, and instead just was doing a little bit too much. Kind of frustrating, right? Kind of frustrating. Any particular reason you started supporting BVB? Not like, my background is from Germany, so when I used to play FIFA, I liked going to the Bundesliga because, Germany, and I liked their logo. Simple as that. Started following them back when FIFA 2006 was out. Didn't start watching them until the 2009-2010 season. Just fell in love with the team. Went to a game live. One of the greatest things you'll ever experience. Being in front of the yellow wall. It's something else. And started a channel with them. And we're video contributors to Borussia Dortmund. We're partners with them. And came a long way. So it's pretty cool. Dortmund's obviously my favorite club. And it's also a lot of fun talking about your national team as well. Two big passions for Josh. My favorite club team, Dortmund, and my country, Canada. So there you are. That's what you're going to get here from JJD TV. That's why we got a lot of Americans on the channel. Keeping up with our boy Gio. I'm from Iraq. I support the men's soccer. Hope they go to the World Cup. Very cool, my friend. Very cool. I'm not sure if we had a viewer from Iraq before. So welcome, my friend. Hope you're enjoying the stream and doing well today. If you're watching the game, you're in for an intriguing match. We just saw a little bit what Davies can do, causing problems. I thought he was a little selfish on that attempt. To the look of it, it looked like Hoylett was wide open, top of the box. It would have been nice to get it to him, but he didn't make that pass. But US have been kind of sloppy so far as well. We've done really well to hit on the counter. There's a beautiful ball if that's onside. It looks like it is to Kyle Larin. Oh, what a terrible, terrible finish. Oh, but a really good look there. One ball through the entire US. Not bad. Now, if I was over on Tax Channel, I know he wouldn't like how easy that looked right there, but the US have been a little bit sloppy in these opening 10 or so minutes. Not only losing the ball, but just simply losing challenges. And another poor ball right there. Richie Lareyes, I'm pretty sure that's his at least second or third time he's had a ball just pinged right to him. For me, I was family growing up in Manchester supporting Man United and watching Ronaldo as a kid. Very fair, very fair. So FIFA is why you support Dortmund, pretty much. I mean, growing up in Canada with a family that doesn't know anything about the game, I didn't have any influence on my on who I was or was not going to support. So yeah, had to find the support all on my own. So we need to be road warriors, absolutely. That's the best way to look at it. You win the games, like I said. If you can win at home against every team except for example, maybe the U.S. and Mexico. Now I know we didn't win our first game against Honduras, but you can get away with a draw. But that's how you want to look at it. You need to win at home and you need to steal points on the road. And if Canada gets a draw today, it's a way better result for Canada than it would be for the U.S. But I mean, just off top of the bat, you guys can tell U.S. is gonna have the vast majority of possession today. Canada's sitting deep. They're defending. They know that they're the away team. They know that they need a point. And that's exactly kind of what it's looking like right now. But the promising thing for us so far is that U.S. have been sloppy. We've been able to win the ball back relatively decently, and we hit hard on the counter, especially having Davies that high up the pitch. I support AC Milan because that's my deceased grandfather's favorite team. Well, that's a beautiful reason to support a team. Like I said, I had no influence on the sport in my family, so I had to find my team all on my own. Atakubi did pretty well there. I support BVB. My football league doesn't call my attention, and the BVB logo was easiest to draw, so I stuck with them. That's fair, Jimmy. That's fair. Do you know Brandt, the BVB player? Yes, familiar. If you do, what do you think of him as a soccer player? So yes, very familiar with Brandt, one of Dortmund's players. If you're a regular on this channel, you know that I don't praise Brandt that highly. I don't think he's done it. By the way, John Herdman's got a 21 win, 1 draw, and 6 loss record with Canada. That is a very impressive return. I know some of that's got to be taken with a grain of salt, but I didn't realize that was his numbers. Those are good numbers for Canadian men's national team coach. But yeah, I mean, Brandt's a decent player. I just don't think it's really worked for him at Dortmund, and I don't think it is going to work at Dortmund. I think Gio, for you U.S. men's national team fans, Gio is higher on the pecking order than Brandt, and it just doesn't fit him. Oh, Fonzie! Davies, come on. Larin! No! Offside? What was that? Like a really good chance. And that's what Dest can look like. Very, very exposed. That was really, really poor for Serginho Dest. Oh, man. It was a really good pick out, but Larin, twice today. Larin needed to bury that. Come on. I support 2 clubs. Montreal, because the first went to the game, and Toulouse in Ligue 1. My father came from there. Very, very cool reason to support a team. A unique team as well. Being Canadian, I mean, it's why you're here. I like it. We got a corner kick coming up. Should have scored, Kyle Larin. You should have scored that. That's frustrating. A really good rush down that left-hand side. Having Dest get exposed like that, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Yeet's going to get a little nervous, but that was a really, really good opportunity for Canada. Wish they could have took that. And honestly, those are the kind of chances that can come back and bite you in the butt. Especially because it went from Davies to Larin. Davies did so well to find space, pick out a pass, found Larin, and he just fluffed it. Just absolutely fluffed it. The Honduras match was Herman's first draw. Apparently, yeah, I guess. Makes sense. We haven't been, I don't think, in a situation where he, besides group stage and Gold Cups, which I don't think he has drawn there to actually pick up draws. Canada's too good for the States. Oh, Rio, my boy, how you doing, my man? Do you think Canada is a better... Oh, a little heat coming on right now. Davies is not liking it. Very calm, very calm. Who do you think is a better player, Tyler Adams or Alvarez? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I'd probably say Alvarez right now. Sorry, U.S. Men's National Team fans. I think Tyler Adams has got the potential to be pretty much, maybe even a little bit more. I don't know. It's a tough question. I mean, I think Adams plays in a better league. I like the versatility of Alvarez. I like what he's done at Ajax. I like that he doesn't have I don't know. It's a tough question. They're both good players. I'm assuming the U.S. Men's National Team fans would not like that answer, and that's okay. Canada wearing black. It's a funeral, everyone. That's what a couple U.S. fans were saying to me. That's funny. Sports World store in Scarborough sold me 8 jerseys. One of them is the black and white Germany with ears up close on the back. That is an excellent jersey, Mike. Loretta did pretty well there, though, to draw a foul on Acosta. Alvarez at the moment on form. Adams for F's sakes. Yeah. I pray Canada upsets the U.S. They've had 2 glorious opportunities. Larin should have put that one in the back of the net. Davies is going to cause a lot of problems for Serginho Dest down this right-hand side. I mean, honestly, like I said, lining up in the 3-4-3, having the overlapping runs of Alphonso Davies, getting him involved, getting him higher up the pitch, is going to cause problems for Serginho Dest. And he was exposed pretty easily already. On top of that, I probably would have went a little bit more defensive on the right back. Serginho Dest is a very good player, yes, but his game doesn't favor his defensive play. It appraises his offensive game, and I think Davies is going to cause some problems tonight, and we've seen a little bit of that. Now, once again, we had issues. Someone mentioned in the chat earlier, Canada will struggle if they don't take their chances, and I mean, Larin, you had to put that in the back of the net, my man. You did. These chances aren't going to come left, right, and center. But when they do come, we have to absolutely take them. Holland versus Ajax. The Netherlands. Yeah. Who's your favorite Canadian player? Mine's probably Jonathan David. I love Alphonso Davies. I love Buchanan. I love Eustachio. Those guys are up there for me. I don't know. Like, I mean, Davies, I couldn't fault. I obviously love him when it comes to watching him play for Canada. But I mean, come on. I mean, he plays for Bayern. He chose the one team, man. But Borjan's down right now, and that's not a good look. So that's why it's probably Jonathan David. But not a good scene for Borjan, who's on the deck right now. I'm assuming Kripo is going to start warming up. They're getting a water break. The ref is blowing for everything. He is, man. But I mean, let me know what you guys think so far. 18 minutes in, you Canadian and your US fans. Let me know what you think of the opening 18 minutes. Let me know your thoughts, and then just put -US, -Canada. Because as a Canadian, I feel very comfortable right now. I think that we're defending well. We look very well organized. There's clearly a massive opportunity to take advantage of the counter. Playing down that left-hand side is going to be really important. And Serginho Dest is going to have a tricky night. But, I mean, almost 20 minutes in this match, coming from a Canadian perspective, pretty much how you want it. Still 0-0, but arguably, Canada probably should have took a lead. I feel like if CONCACAF go all the way, they're going to go to almost the same level for the Common Bowl by 2026. Could be. They are improving. Is Reyna playing? He's not. He picked up a calf injury, so Gio is not in the starting 11. Something happened with Weston McKennie as well. I guess it's not fully known as to why he's not there. We're going to smash it, US. That's okay. Canada should have gone black and red instead of white. I'm not feeling it. It's all right. It's all right. But looks like the water bike's coming down. Hopefully Borjan's all right. I think it might have been a little cramp. I'm not really sure what it was. Back of the leg. He looks fine, though. Borjan looks good to go. Looks like a groin strain. Canada are doing better, but they can't finish it all. Yeah, and it's funny because that's what a couple of our viewers pointed out, was that Canada have not been able to take a lot of their chances. And a nice shot there from Robinson, and Borjan looks good again. Made the save, looks comfortable. Hopefully, his leg's all good. As a US fan, we need to sub Destov. Davies will continue to kill him. I mean, like I said, if the US were lining up in the 4-3-3, which is what I assume they would, a 3-5-2 really goes against that. I mean, arguably, 3-4-3 can go in our favor as well. But if you can isolate and you can get Davies versus Dest, oh, okay. That is what you want to see. Eustachio does very well. Finds Richie Larea. Running out of options. Alistair Johnson coming up. Swing and a miss from Alistair Johnson. But yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be an easy night for Dest. I would have played if you were gonna go for the 3-4 or the 4-4, the 4-3-3. I would have went for a more defensive option on the right back than Dest, because I just don't think he's gonna be up to the task today. Why is Mckinney not playing? He's probably their best player. Mckinney, something happened. I don't think anyone really knows exactly what it was. I think he broke the team's COVID protocols. He broke the team's COVID protocols, is what we heard. We don't know exactly what he did, but obviously something that went against his responsibilities as a U.S. men's national team player, and for that, they kept him out. So, ballsy play. And then, unfortunately for Gio, he picked up a calf injury. So those are two big holes to their midfield, which was replaced from Leggett as well as Acosta. So two pretty big players out for the U.S. and gave Canada probably a little bit more confidence going into this game. Josh, what position do you think Canada need more of? Defenders, 100%. That was a really poor ball there from Borjan. Canada's produced a lot of good attackers. We have. Brendan Harrison does very well there. It does nicely done by Cade. But yeah, we have Davies, we have David, we have Buchanan coming into his own. We have a lot of talent, and unfortunately, the defenders is kind of where we've lacked. I mean, Vittoria has been a bit of a saving grace. That's a really good ball, but Hoylett just doesn't have the pace anymore. that would have been better if it was Davies running onto that, but I didn't. A couple of times in this game, you see Hoylett's legs going just a little bit. I mean, that's where Buchanan would have been a lot more useful, especially when you want to play in the counter. I don't know if this game was perfect for Hoylett to start. I'm hoping maybe at halftime, because that was just not good enough. I'm sure you guys just noticed that. I mean, that ball, the last time it went to Davies, he was a good 2 or 3 steps behind Dest and made up for it. Hoylett was well in front of Robinson, and he just doesn't have that pace to get away. And when you play in the counter like this, possession has been all US. You need those players to be able to run in on behind, and it just doesn't seem that's going to be Hoylett's role tonight. Correction. It's a 1-4-3-3, not a 4-3-3. Well, I don't know if I've ever heard people call it that, but yes, you're technically right. There is a keeper. There is a keeper behind them. Davies about to smash Dest again. I'm hoping for that. I've seen a lot of good things out of Canada today, though. 23 minutes in, the Canadians got to feel a little bit better. I know as of now you're in qualifying spot, but how many more qualifier games are there? So this is our second game. We play 14 total games. Top 3 make the World Cup. 4th place goes into a playoff to potentially qualify. So we want top 3. The U.S. fans are so annoying. They wanted a penalty for that. Fellow Canadian here. How you doing, my friend? Canadians out there, how you guys feeling with the match so far? It's weird not having the ball, looking like the play is going against you, but the U.S. have created nothing. Absolutely nothing in this opening 25 minutes. The chances are coming to Canada. And I mean, it's a matter of time. We have to take our chances. but we're winning the battles. We're defending well. US, a little bit sloppy, yes. But we look a lot more dangerous than the US do. Nice ball over to Eustachio. Kind of poor play. Laren, just look at that shirt. After watching this live for 10 minutes, I realize you're a Canada fan. I am. I am a Canadian. Born and raised, my friend. Born and raised. Yeah, I'm not sure how you can watch the game in the States. In Canada, luckily you can watch it on TSN. But I don't know. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Oh, nicely done there from Scott Kennedy. It's nice seeing Atakubi back in here. Just got a deserved move over to Turkey. Hoping that Eustachio finds his way over there as well. But yeah, an excellent point coming in from Cannon Arm, which I'll get to in a sec. Serginho Dest. The one thing that Serginho Dest is good at doing is running with the ball. Obviously getting in the attack. Ooh, Scott Kennedy. Throwing one at Borjan and a really good save there. Nice ball. But yeah, I mean, that was dangerous. But yeah, I hope Eustachio can find a way out of Liga NOS and hopefully get on over to the Turkish league. The US lineup doesn't really fit well for some reason. And yes, Canada, you're spot on. If I know how Canada was going to play, my guess would have been the 3-4-3. Probably would have been the 3-5-2. I would have thought they would have went with that. And then the 4-4-2. Now, if they were to play with the back three, which they are, it looks like they're playing in their 3-4-3. I would have, if I could have picked a formation for the US that would have benefited Canada, it would have been this 4-3-3. And it is so exposed today for the Americans. It's got to put a little worry because we're defending really well. And we are hitting hard on the break. We've created a couple of really good chances, and now we're just going to see the likes of Miles Robinson did really well there, actually. But you get to see the likes of Davies running at Dest and going at the players, and the chances are falling towards Canada. Which, when you don't have a lot of possession, you always like to see it, man. You always do. But we have to take our chances. That is a definite. Yo, hi, what's up? Love your content from Habs Highlight. I appreciate that, my friend. I'm assuming you're a Montreal Canadiens fan, is my guess. So, I'm sorry for that. And good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Got a little heated. Acosta and Larea. Larea picks up a yellow. Kyle Laren's getting in there as well. It's a CONCACAF, man. It's a CONCACAF. Does anyone else have all CONCACAF games? I can't get enough. You guys can keep me... I wish I do. I only have the one, unfortunately. Gotta talk with you guys and watch the game. But keep me up to date with the other games, guys. Where did Akubi move to? He moved to the Turkish league. He moved for a team. I believe they finished 6th. They had a pretty good. I believe they're a promotion team and finished 6th. But that was another tackle on Pulisic, which is causing a little bit of chaos in this match. Be nice if our men's team can step it up like in the moment. Go Canada. Absolutely, my friend. This is a huge, and maybe 28 minutes in as a Canadian, I'm proud of this performance so far. Is Kennedy better than the team he's playing on? I'm assuming, is that what you're asking? I think so. I mean, he's led them. They're 4-0-1 right now, which is a bit of a surprise. I think Kennedy's already scored 2 goals, one in the league, one in the Pokal. He's been playing really well. If he keeps up this kind of performance, not only at club level, but for the national team, he should be good enough to play in the Bundesliga. If that was the question you meant. Just sub to your channel from Habs Highlights. I appreciate it. If you guys are just tuning in and you haven't done so yet, be sure to drop a like on the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and say hello like Habs Highlights just did. I like seeing our growing community here. And appreciate your guys' supports. Dest is so good on the ball. He is. In my opinion, Dest's best qualities is running with the ball. His weakest qualities is defending. To be completely honest. Canada's going to struggle to score. Good thing GGG has no clue how to get his mids and wingers to link up. Yeah, it's fair. I mean, we had that opportunity, man. We had that opportunity. It fell right to Kyle Larin. It's who he wanted to fall to. We could have easily put that ball in the back of the net. Unfortunately, he didn't take that chance. But I think chances are going to fall easier to Canada playing on the counter than they are to the States. Des is good at being exposed against CONCACAF opposition. Is Canada playing good? I'm watching the Mexico game. Oh, they are. I mean, they went in with a game plan. And I think Herdman, in all honesty, it's a poor ball from Larea. I think in all honesty, Herdman approached the game a little bit better. I questionably wouldn't have wanted Des to line up against Alphonso Davies. I also wouldn't have went with the 4-3-3 versus a back three formation. And yes, we're seeing the US have a lot of possession. They were expecting that. Canada knows that. They're defending well, and they've been hitting opportunities on the break. But unfortunately for Canada, we haven't taken any. But US have also been a little bit sloppy. A lot of wary balls going away. Why? The Portuguese league is more competitive. It has 3 clubs in the Champions League more than France. That's a fair point. If he was to stay in the Portuguese league, I would have liked him to move on. Oh, dangerous little block there from Scott Kennedy. I really rate Eustachio. I think he deserves a move to a big league. I think he could easily play in a top 5 league. I think staying at Pacos de Ferreira would struggle. I don't think he's going to find that success that he did last year. I mean, his partner in crime last year got his move to Porto. Porto was looking at one of the two of them, chose not Eustachio. The only links I've really heard from Eustachio is Fenerbahce and Braga. Now, I'd be happy with either at this point. I just want to see him get a move. So, we'll have to wait and see. I was hoping he'd get a move to a top 5 league, but we all know those links to Napoli. They never obviously went to anything, but Canada feeling the US pressure. There's a corner kick coming up from Pulisic. Can you speak French? I cannot. Oh, falls to John Brooks. Probably not the guy you wanted it to fall to there. It is Davies, and look what he can do. Taken out from John Brooks. That's got to be a yellow, and it is. Very, very well done from Davies. Yeah, the Portuguese league is now the 5th best league, and I did hear that. And my point was basically that, I mean, if he went to Braga, fair play. It's the specific team. It's the same arguments you can make for Jonathan David staying at Lille. They're not set up to have a good season, was my point. As a UA fan, I want Canada to win because McKinney's not playing. Well, there you go. It's 2-0 for Canada. The American fans are wanting every foul like they watch football. France has 2 teams, PSG and Lille. They do. And Portugal has, I'm assuming, Porto, Sporting, and Benfica, because Benfica qualified. Quebecers can't speak French. I don't think that's true. Napoli. Napoli got from Fulham on loan, quality player. Like, I mean, Eustachio, in my opinion, would have been a better player, but it is what it is. That one guy was right. France only has 2 teams in the UEFA Champions League this year. Yeah, Monaco got upset by Shakhtar, and Benfica won their qualifying match. And I believe that the standings now have Portugal as Portuguese Liga as the 5th best. So not ideal for Liga. Aguisa is actually better. I don't know about that. I mean, the fact that he's playing for Fulham. I think he's on loan actually at Villarreal last year. He's a good player. I'm biased. I wanted Eustachio to get that move, but the fact that they picked him up, it isn't unrealistic that Eustachio could have been an option. But I got told by a French foreign exchange student that Quebecer people don't speak French right. They have a different way of speaking French. I believe that's correct. I think like if you were from Quebec and spoke that type of French, it'd be different from France, right? Is that right? Like French from France is different French from Quebec. Yes. So yeah, different. They might be able to understand each other a little bit, but it's a different dialect is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. But anyways, Simon says, yes, we do. Quebecers do speak French. We technically speak a more real version of French. Got a nice French debate going on in here. I don't speak French, though. Do you think Bellhalter will be on the hot seat if US loses this game? No, I do not. I don't think there's any chance that that Greg will get sacked or be in the hot seat or anything like that. He's led them to a Nations League. He's led them to a Gold Cup with his C squad. He's done his job. His job now is to get them to the World Cup. It doesn't matter. They don't have to finish first. They can finish fourth and win the qualifiers. I mean, it's not ideal. This team, in my opinion, is good enough to get first. But the final round of CONCACAF qualifying is a different animal. And everyone's going to realize that. Jamaica just got a fat wake-up call today, losing at home to Panama 3-0. That is a horrible result. If that was Canada, US, Mexico, that is panic. I don't know how you respond to that. Losing to Panama at home 3-0. Oh, nicely done there. A good little effort there. But yeah, it's a different animal, and we're gonna see it. It's not easy. It's not easy to go in and get a win against Honduras, El Salvador, Panama. You're always gonna be tested. You're always gonna have to prove it. And Pete and Tactic Manager said it really well. I mean, yes, getting first place would be nice for a US fan, but their goal is to qualify. That's as simple as it is, and that's what Canada's is as well. And I think Canada is good enough to get the draw. Today, maybe an upset. We'll have to see. Shocking loss for Jamaica. It was. It was a shocking loss. I could not believe they lost 3-0 to Panama like that. Nice touch there. Davies. Mckinney K's. He brings something different than Hutch. We all love Hutch. He's such a. I mean, he's close to being our all-time Canadian appearance getter for the Canadian men's national team. But he's obviously getting up there, man. 38 years old. I really do enjoy watching Marc-Anthony Kaye and what he brings, because it's a little bit different than Hutch. And you see a little bit more technically gifted, in my opinion. I really think Kaye is good on the ball. But, I mean, having Hutch for 2 out of 3 games will be really important. Top 3 is ideal. Don't want to play more games and risk injuries. Yeah, that's fair. Davies is having a poor start, which is rare. Oh, it's a really... Oh, it went out. I wouldn't say he's had a poor start. He's been dangerous. He's exposed Dest a couple times. And honestly, he put it on a platter for Kyle Larin, who didn't take his chance. I think playing a little further up the pitch when we're in a defensive kind of shape, he's not going to see the ball as much as maybe he would like. When he plays as a wing back, he's able to backtrack. He's able to pick up the ball. He's now relying on the Canadian players to get the ball to him. Hoylett's dropping deep a little bit there. He's been exposed a few times on his pace, but does very well to find Richie Larea. Nice. Oh, nicely done from Richie Larea. But yeah, no, I take your point, but I think Davies has been decent so far. I think the entire Canadian team has. I'm curious to see what we can do when we actually have possession, and we have it right now. How long can we keep it, or are we going to do things like we just did and just simply punt it upfield and hope for the best? But Junior Hoylett's got it. I think bringing on Tajon Buchanan would be my move so far. Nice ball, Richie Larea. Dan, a little French. Enjoy seeing real grass in matches being played in North America. Even 15, 20 years ago, it would have been played on plastic. That's true. It is nice to see. Looks like a really nice pitch that they're on today. Oh, it's a tough challenge by Mustachio. And he's telling him to get up from Leggett. Alright, that's doing well. Can you see Eustachio joining Levante or Monaco? Interesting shouts. I made a... I mean, this is by no means a rumor, but I mean, for anyone who's familiar with geography, Portugal is right beside Spain. Similar climate. I think it would be a similar jump moving from the Portuguese league to La Liga in terms of, you know, just the smaller things, not the move itself, but I mean, you're not going too far. It could be something to actually work. And the fact that TSN, for you Canadians, picked up La Liga, why not? Why wouldn't Eustachio try to find a move in La Liga? I think he'd fit in. I think Levante would be a fine team for him. He didn't have to go too far. And then guess what? Canadians on TSN get to watch a Canadian player play in the league. It makes sense. Come on. But no, I mean, I haven't heard any rumors. It seems like he'd be going to Braga, or he would be going to Fenerbahce in the Turkish league, or staying where he is. Hasn't been bad, but lost possession a couple times. If USA ends up third on the table, will they get World Cup? Sorry for my bad English. Yes, they will. So top 3 automatically qualify for the World Cup. It's a nice takedown there from Leggett. He did actually really well for Arison. Woo! I think that hit the post. Good opportunity there. Oh, man. Leggett did really, really well. Really, really well. Alphonso Davies. Liga's a big step up from the Portuguese league. You're spot on. I don't disagree. I think Eustáquio could find a club in La Liga and find some success. Dest is down right now, though. Not super ideal for the U.S. men's national team fans. But that was a really, really good chance for the States. Leggett did so well to guard, and as he was falling, we'll take another look at it. Brooks, a really good ball as well. Really good ball. Leggett took it down nicely. Turned away from 2 players to find Arison. I don't even know who got onto that cross, but I mean that was all Leggett, man. That was absolutely really good work from him. Good ball, and it was Pulisic, and just dunged the post, man. Jamaican fans are delusional. Yeah, you know, maybe a relegation side, or one in the top. I think Eustáquio is better than the second division. Yeah, I mean, like Levante would be been a fine team, for example. Getafe, Elche, teams like that. But, I mean, I'd be happy with Braga as well. Who do you think tops the octagonal? It's looking like Mexico right now, which a lot of people did call. I mean, like I said, it's a different animal. I know the U.S. men's national team has found so much success this summer, and rightfully so. What they did in the Nations League, what they did in the Gold Cup was really impressive. It's a different animal. It's a different animal, and it's going to be a wake-up call for not only the U.S. They know what they're getting into, but from a Canadian perspective as well. I think Mexico's got a good chance, but it's going to be probably one of Mexico or the U.S. But, I mean, 41 minutes in this match. It's still 0-0. Could be a really, really good point for Canada. Not being mean, but I see a difference in this game in the way European plays. Yeah, it's a different style. Absolutely, it is. You're not wrong, Angie. La Liga is more mafia money. Portugal produced better players. More than half of the people in our country cannot speak French. That is also very true. Test tired already. I don't know what happened to him. Looked like it might have caught his knee. I'm not really sure. But not really good. Getafe, yeah. Getafe would have been an excellent place for Eustáquio. You're spot on. But it doesn't look like that move is going to happen. Canada top 3 with the question mark. It should be a goal. It's hard. It's hard to know how this Canadian men's national team is going to finish, because I personally believe they have the talent to get a top 3 finish. Now, does that mean that they're going to? No. This is an unpredictable qualifying. When you see, like I said, today's a perfect example. You can't tell me you looked at the 3-0 win for Panama and didn't rub your eyes a little bit. These type of octagonal games can lead to crazy results, and it's not easy for anyone. It really isn't. I mean, we need to get 3 points against El Salvador. I'm not 100% confident we will. They're going to be tricky to break down. Took the States 90 minutes. They couldn't get a goal past them. But these are results that you need to get to be able to move on. If we get a point against the States today away, and then we go to home, oh, it's a good ball. See what Adam Kubi can do. Very well done. Canada better than U.S. Let's go. Plus, their healthcare is better than the U.S. You're not wrong. U.S. has to get the offense going like they just did. Too much quality without the ball and too missing chances. Fair, and I agree. The substitution has happened, and honestly, probably a better substitution. Dest, I think, was going to struggle. It is Yedlin coming on. Not that Yedlin's a real shutdown full, but I think he's got a little bit more defensive awareness than Dest does, coming on straight swap at the right back position. So far, Canada is not clinical in the final 2 games. Rio, you're absolutely right. Laren, when you have an opportunity like Davies did, he did so well down that left-hand side. Picked a nice little cutback pass. Found the one man on the pitch that you would like the ball to go to. And unfortunately, he didn't take it. Nice ball coming in from Yedelin. And there was a good chance as well coming in. Ooh, another good chance there. I think that was Leggett who got it in the end. US are picking the game up, though. I really like the opening 20 to 25 minutes from Canada. Lately, it's been just straight up one-way traffic. US just had another good opportunity, but, I mean, poor technique there from, actually really good technique, but just poor execution from Leggett. They did hit the post. They're putting on the pressure, man. They're putting on the pressure. Making plans to move into Canada. Congratulations, my man. Congratulations. I enjoy it. That's why Canada scored on Canada in the first 20 seconds of the Gold Cup, huh? I'm not sure who you're talking to. It might be me. Yeah, two completely different teams from the Gold Cup. But yeah, I don't know, man. U.S. finishing definitely needs improvement. Canada's kind of on that same line for me too, though. I think Canada needs to do better. When you have an opportunity, when your ball falls to Kyle Larin, you know that you're not going to have a ton of chances, especially playing this defensive way, going for the point. You take those chances. It would have been a very completely different complexion in this match. But there's a minute left before we're at halftime. Kevin says, I strongly agree Canada takes a second in the octagonal and Mexico first, and U.S. takes third. Kevin, ballsy claim, my man. You never know. I mean, you never know. I think the U.S. should be favorites. I think when you do what you did in Gold Cup with your C team, and you win the Nations League, you should rightfully so be the favorites. But like I said, this is a completely different layout, and you're gonna see it, and you're gonna see surprising results. Got an update though from Jesse, who says that Mexico won 1-0 over Costa Rica, which is a good result for Mexico, because I mean, it gives them on 6 points. Doesn't let Costa Rica pick up points, which is good for Canada, good for the U.S. So the only other thing we need is for Honduras and El Salvador to draw, because that's a tasty result if that happens. Oh, Miles Robinson does do pretty well there. Yedelin takes it away, punts it up. 2 minutes have been played. Is there going to be another chance? Eustachio's got it. Probably going to blow it soon. And he does. And that is halftime. 0-0. Canadian perspective, man. You take that. You absolutely take that. Other results. Panama won 3-0. Mexico won 1-0. A Pineda penalty. And the El Salvador and Honduras game's in the 103rd minute. And it's 0-0. Please finish with a point. That would be just perfect. But let's get into the chat, guys. Let's see how you guys are doing today. We're at 75 likes. If you're just tuning in, be sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes at some point in this stream. If we can do it before halftime's over, you guys are impressive people. Either Canada or Panama will finish 3rd, 4th ranked. I think they will get forward to the World Cup, though. That is a ball. I don't think I would put Panama that high. But I mean, they're showing that Jamaica just isn't ready for the fight. I think Honduras and Panama do have a chance. It's tricky. With Jamaica being so disappointing and then having a lot of question marks about whether their players can be even available, it makes it really interesting. I wish Trinidad and Tobago, make an appearance again. You never know. Not yet, though. It was a good performance so far. It was. 200 likes, and we will win. You heard it here first, guys. 200 likes. It's a ballsy goal. 150 likes, and we'll draw. Let's see it. Let's see what we can do. 14 additional minutes were added on. That's wild, man. I'm telling you, it's bold, but I do believe Canada takes 2nd in the octagonal and U.S. 3rd. Yeah, those are the 3 big ones. Canada, U.S., and Mexico. And then after that, and it's not Canada guaranteed either, by the way. I'm not saying Canada is going to guarantee this. But, I mean, Canada's doing the right things. If they get a point from the U.S. away, man, that is a result that you want. But Panama showing they came here to play as well. I do think Honduras will be tricky. They always are. I don't have a lot of faith in Costa Rica. I'm losing any faith you would have had in Jamaica. Liam Bailey didn't play for Jamaica. He did not. And that's another big issue with Jamaica is they don't know exactly which team they're going to have available to them. I mean, they had a pretty good-looking starting 11 today, players that haven't not played together before, and it wasn't a really good performance. And away from home like that is just not good enough. If Canada can get to the World Cup in 2022, that would be wonderful. I'm 40. I'm blaming of how bad our team has been in my lifetime. Patrick, very cool, man. Dedicated Canucks fan, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little younger than 40. I'm 25, but I've never seen this talented of a squad. I've never seen this much hype. I think soccer in this country is going in the right direction. And I do think they have a realistic opportunity to qualify. There's still a lot that needs to happen, and we're going to have to wait and see how they can do. But I did just gain a subscriber to the channel. Rodrigo, I appreciate the sub, my man. If anyone else has tuned in, they want to join the community, be sure to drop a sub, drop a like as well, and let me know your guys' opinions on that opening half. We're going to get into some of my initial thoughts as well as some of your guys', but again, I'm smiling because, Canadian perspective. And like Patrick has just said, it would be huge for Soccer Canada and this program and this group of players because they are good enough, man. They really are. But we did have FIFA America tuning in, says, good first half, Josh. How you feeling? It's interesting. So my initial thoughts was that we came out with a better game plan. I thought we looked really composed, defended very well, hit on the break, let them have the ball, and they just weren't creating enough from the U.S. perspective. Nothing really too dangerous, and you saw Des get exposed a little bit. I think Buchanan would have suited this formation a little bit better. There was a couple opportunities where Hoylett could have made a run, could have had an opportunity, but his pace was really exposed on that end. But all in all, 0-0 at halftime away in the States. That's a W. That's a W. So I'm pretty happy. I feel like out of the two squads, the U.S. should be the more frustrated of the two, and I'm hoping that Canada can just keep it up, keep doing what they're doing. Hopefully, Davies can see a little bit more of the ball. But man, I don't know. You tell me we're gonna go into halftime 0-0 in the U.S. I'll take that any day of the week. But let's hear from the U.S. fans. If we have any U.S. fans in the chat, let me know how you guys are feeling as well. If they make it to Qatar and win a game, I'd be somewhat over the moon. I feel it, and I think it could be a possibility. Everyone knows the big three in CONCACAF. Some bad giveaways by Canada. U.S. a little quicker to the ball. U.S. leaves openings. Need to get David in there. You brought up a couple good points. I think that there has been a couple annoying giveaways from Canada, but there's also been some annoying giveaways from the U.S. Specifically at the beginning of the game, U.S. were very, very sloppy. Canada has done it odd times. The through balls are going to be very important. That's why I think ideally having Tajon Buchanan on one wing and then having Davies on the other, you just unlock the defense with a lot more pace. I don't think Hoylett was custom made for this type of match. And like I said, there was a run earlier in the match where Davies was 2 steps behind Dest and got the ball. And then there was a run where Hoylett was 2 steps in front of Robinson and didn't get the ball. So when you're hitting on the counter, speed is always important. Hoylett just does not have it. Anton has been amazing. He's had a decent half. States will continue qualifying games. Okay. Do you think Jonathan David will be subbed on soon? Oh, I'd have if I was gonna put a bold claim, I'd say that Buchanan comes on for Hoylett. That happened in the previous game, and I think Hoylett was more suitable to that Honduras game, and I think Buchanan's more suitable to this U.S. game. I don't see David getting subbed on at halftime. I expect David come on probably between the 65th and the 70th minute. We'll have to see, though. We will have to see. El Salvador had 70% possession today. Watch out, Canada. That is interesting. That is very interesting. Especially because I think... No, El Salvador was home, weren't they? Yeah, El Salvador was home. So, okay, that makes a little more sense. But, yeah, I mean, 70% of the ball is a lot. Didn't create any goals, though. So, I mean, got to take the good from the bad. I heard someone say that U.S. doesn't lose any games in qualifiers. It'd be tough for them not to lose any, but, I mean, again, you got to give credit where credit's due. Going into this, if there was a power rankings, U.S. should have been top of it. U.S. is looking like they are sleepwalking so far. This is the final round of qualifying. Maybe the excitement of having a really successful summer got to them. I'm not really sure, but I mean, they are lacking a little bit of a cutting edge. They did lead to a couple good opportunities, though. I mean, Pulisic did put one off the post. Larin also had a really good opportunity as well. Canada's looking like Australia was about 10 years back. Qualifying for the World Cup would change the game in Canada. James, you're spot on, because we're guaranteed a spot in 2026. But earning one ourselves in 2022 would be huge. Canada has qualified for a World Cup before. Mexico with 6 points. Fact checker. Yeah, helps. I mean, 3 spots are open. I'm assuming Mexico's going to be one of them. 1986 is when we qualified for the World Cup. Atakubi needs insurance after getting picked repeatedly. It's fair. US fan here. Our passing's mostly been... The test looks like an absolute liability. Yeah, I agree with all your points so far. I think Bellhotter has no idea or even close to one on what his best team is, and it's scary. That's what I said at the beginning. Taking a look, like I said, knowing that Canada would probably line up in the 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, I would have said, please let the US line up in the 4-3-3. We can expose them. Have Davies lined up with Dest. That's exactly what we saw. I do think there's a lot of creativity missing in this team, but yeah, I mean, there are some issues in that US squad, which is giving Canada hope, like that we can come in here and potentially even take all 3 in the second half. It would be great if both America and Canada qualified. Massive, largely untapped markets for the sport. William, I agree. Ideally, Mexico, Canada, US take the top 3 spots, and then whoever, I mean, it's not going to be Jamaica. I mean, maybe Panama, Honduras, someone to take that other spot. El Salvador, you can't rule them out. We're probably going to see Osorio coming on in for junior. I'd prefer Buchanan just because of the counter. But I mean, if you get another midfielder in there, you can switch shape a little bit, but it doesn't play to Davies' strength. He's not going to play. I think the only one, the better scenario is to stay in that 3-4-3, bring Buchanan on for Hoylett because he just doesn't have the speed you need to play on the counter. Eustachio's been quiet so far. Yeah, he's had to do a lot of defending. Davies is a monster. Flashback time. I will never forget Gold Cup 2000. Canada wins with Craig Forrest in net. He was. Got the red card before the end of the game. That was a good squad. Short-lived. Patrick, good throwback. Unfortunately, I was only 4 at the time, so I did not remember it myself. That was epic, and I was in Mexico at the time. A couple of you guys remember it, man. I'm digging it. After dozens of mediocre performances, our team finally delivered a great game today. I expected a harder game against Armenia. Cave, excited about his German national team. Guaranteed spot is kind of lame. I'd rather they validate that with the Qatar the normal way. It's fair. You should have seen the Mexicans that day. Greg stuck in his ways. It looks more like a 1-4-5. Yeah, it could be. I mean, I'm not really sure what formation that is. 1-4-5. Nathan coming in with the Davies chirp. Forrest was unbelievable. Yeah, US fan here. We just gained another subscriber as well, though, guys. I appreciate everyone who's subscribed so far. If you are new to the channel and you haven't just gained another subscriber as well. Bunch of new faces rolling in. If you guys are new around here, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. And be sure to say hello in the chat. If you're a new face around here and you're joining the community, I appreciate it. But come in, say who you're cheering for. Because we have an interesting second half coming up. Cannon Arm says, yeah, US fan here. This is what happens when you play in a team and a Z team looks totally out of sync when they combine players. Yeah, there you go. El Salvador will make it to 3rd place. Bet on it for sure. It's a bold claim. Maybe we end up with more of a World Cup and they go to 32 teams to 48 teams. Just need to build interest in the Canadian youth. Yeah, I mean, it was a goal for my entire life, and I try to play a part in it, growing this sport. The best way, in my opinion, to do it is from the national team. And I mean, whether you like to hear it or not, TSN, Sportsnet, they need to buy in it. They need to put this the best way possible in front of the faces. I think that we're on the right trend in our grassroots programs. Getting the CPL is pretty big. Getting names like Jonathan David, Alphonso Davies out there. I think more people, more Canadians need to make the jump to the top 5 leagues. We'll have to see. I'd sub on David and put Larin at right wing. I mean, and I take your point, Cole. Larin, for you guys who probably are familiar with him, he can play on the wings. For Besiktas, they play in a 4-1-4-1 system, so a lot of times you see him even as a right mid or left mid. What I see, in my opinion, when we're kind of lining up in this 3-4-3, is that we're going to defend. We're going to go for that point, but we're going to create chances simply because the U.S. have been kind of sloppy. We've been able to win back possessions and lead to a counter. Now, I've seen some success going on Davies' side. I haven't seen any success going on Hoylett's. I don't think Laren's known for his pace. He's got okay pace, better pace than Hoylett. But I think Tajon Buchanan could come on in a game like this and pose a threat, especially with his pace compared to Hoylett's. But we'll have to wait and see. Pepe's going to score for Canada. I hope not. Yedlin is not bad. Imagine a Canadian playing for BVB. I was drumming on that Buchanan train, but they just did not listen to me. How far do you think BVB will get in the Champions League? I think their goal should be at least the quarters. Why Greg has Josh Sargent instead of Pepe baffles me. Yeah, Josh Sargent. I'm not a big fan of Josh Sargent. You guys probably know that if you have listened to me. I have a bet with Yeet Eat in the chat, and the bet was I don't think Josh Sargent will score more than 5 Premier League goals. So 5 or less, I win the bet. But boys needs to stay on their feet. I see why Sam was let go by the Whitecaps. Well, there you go. He got a good little move to Turkey, though. I feel like a draw will happen again. In my opinion, it does look like that's what it's drawing up to as well. But I don't know. It depends whether the U.S. is able to break us down. And if they can't, whether we can hit them on the break. Because that's where the chances look like they're being created. There were 2 big ones. Kyle Larin had a good chance, and so did Pulisic. Weren't taken, and we sit 0-0. Will Tomori ever come home? There's a lot of theories, guys. There's a lot of theories. My understanding is that he's eligible in November of 2022. So November 2022, he might be eligible for that one-time switch. However, there's a big gray area around it, so he may not be eligible, period. But there's rumors that you never know. But I haven't heard any talk about it, so I guess we'll have to wait and see if that ever happened, because Tomori is the exact player we need, man. He would have blossomed this back four. But he chose for England. And now I think that move to Syria pushed him further away from the national team. So if he is eligible, there's a chance. But I mean, I don't know. The rules are so vague. It's hard to know exactly what's going to happen. We will start finishing. We win 2-0 from Yeet Yeet. I ship Alphonso Davies and Brooks. The U.S. gang coming in here straight from Memphis supporting the U.S. Welcome, my man. Welcome to the chat. It's been an interesting game so far. Football ships. I'm not sure what you mean. Football ships? Did I say football ships? Off topic, are you going to watch the Forge FC versus Valerie FC game on September 15th? I'm a Winnipegger, so you know who I'm going to root for. I will. Yeah, I live close to Hamilton, so that's why they're my local CPL team. I did a little bit of work for them at my previous job, met a lot of their players, and had season tickets to their first season, which was the first season of the CPL. So, yeah, they're my team. I'll watch the game. I actually interviewed William Accio on the channel. So, if you're a Valor fan, you may be interested of going back on the channel. I have a nice little interview with William Accio, so it's good to see him doing well for you guys, kind of playing out on the right-hand side. He be your best defender in the back four. Oh, absolutely he will. Who is saying football ships? I am confused, but we have kicked off again here in the second half, guys. So if you haven't yet, we're at 90 likes. Be sure to drop a like. Let's get to that 100 mark. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Second half's underway. Let's see what happens here. Awesome. I'll check that out, dude. All right. Glad that interests you. William Accio, appreciated him coming on. He's got a YouTube channel of his own as well, so it's cool having him on. Manchester United fan. Hopefully the Dortmund curse doesn't rear its ugly head on the Sancho transfer. I think he's too good, man. I think if he gets some minutes, he gets some looks, you're gonna see what Jadon can do. But obviously, if you keep keeping him on the bench, now that Ronaldo's here, we'll have to see. But he was just phenomenal at Dortmund. I loved every second of having him. So I do wish him some success at United, but, you know, we'll have to see. Hey, bro, how you doing, my man? Sancho and Holland was better, to be honest, it was. Where do you rank the CONCACAF in terms of confederations? I have them third behind UEFA and CONMEBOL. I think that's fair. I think it'd be unfair to mention the AFC. I think there's some really good teams there. Seeing what Qatar is kind of becoming, I think they're strong. Japan's always been strong. South Korea. Again, different style of football from all three. And it's a distinction. Let's make the World Cup so fun. Africa's pretty decent as well. Egypt, Ivory Coast. I always got a soft spot for Ghana. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. Gained another subscriber though on the channel, so I appreciate the sub, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Second half underway here, and us Canadians are hoping for that point. JJD doesn't even know what a ship is. You know what? It's a relationship. Ah, a relationship. Something you want them to be together. If you ship something, you want them to be together? All right. Producer T is always in the know. Okay, I did not know what that meant. I learn things all the time. So there we go. A ship, mate, relationship, you know, I get it. All right. Nice little ball there from Alistair Johnson to find Richie Larea, bombing up the pitch. Nice little ball back. Eustachio. No one in the middle there. But K does really well to put a body in. Thoughts on Brazil versus Argentina? A shame, man. A shame. I don't know. I don't know how they allowed that to happen. This should have been figured out ahead of time. And it just made it was just embarrassing. It's kind of what it was. But where do you think Bellingham will end up? He'll end up in the Prem. I don't know which team. Chelsea, City, United. They're all going to come sniffing for him. He's another baller. We got him young. He's English. You just know what sooner or later he will be going back to the Prem. Africa's underrated. You're spot on. Favorite England soccer team? I like Chelsea. Again, like I told you guys, Canadian, growing up without having an influence. My first soccer coach was a Chelsea fan. He gave me a Frank Lampard jersey, so I don't watch a ton of the Prem, but when I do, I used to watch Chelsea a lot. And then I got on social media. Chelsea Twitter didn't help out in that case at all. So, but I mostly watch the Bundesliga. For obvious reasons, it's my favorite league. We have a channel around Dortmund, do some stuff on Dortmund's Twitch as well. So a lot of my time and effort goes towards watching the Bundesliga. I enjoy watching Serie A, La Liga as well. Now that's on TSN. But I'll sit and watch a Prem game when I can. That should have been a foul, but we'll move on. Favorite Italian team? I like Napoli. Oh, Davies, come on. All right. So where we want him. Davies as well. Atalanta or Inter. I like those both, but yeah, I got a big soft spot for Mertens, Insigne. I watch a lot. Poor touch. Oh, but Alistair Johnson actually did really, really well to find Junior Hoylett. Oh, it was a really good ball. I'm gonna bounce. Cheers, mate. Great stuff. I appreciate that, man. Enjoy yourself. I appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully Canada can win. Nashville notorious for that, I guess. Spills over from their NHL fans. Come on, Davies. That's where you want him. So many white shirts in front. Not enough support. But he's always got Eustachio chilling behind him right there. So hopefully he's gonna go for a shot. Does really well. Okay. I'm a Juve fan. Nicely done. Nicely done. Got a couple bodies flying all over the place today. I'm not sure who that is. Is that Henry? Any idea how bad Reyna's injury is? I have no idea yet. I'm hoping it's not too serious. We'll have to wait and see. What's your favorite soccer team? Dortmund, my man. Local teams to me would be Toronto FC. Got a little love for them, as well as Forge FC. We wanted him for ages. United, City and Madrid seem most likely. For me, if I'm being honest, there's only realistically one perfect fit for Holland, and it's City. City's a better team than Madrid, a better team than United. They're missing a striker. He would be a perfect fit. At United, you still have Cavani. You have Ronaldo now. You have Greenwood, who's still developing. Rashford, who's still developing. In Madrid, you have Benzema, and Benzema doesn't deserve to be left on the bench. You'll have Mbappe coming in, who will then go to one of the wings. A perfect fit for him is City. Better manager with Guardiola, 10 times better manager than Ole is. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, just to me, I know he's got that Norwegian connection, but he's just not a solid manager. Sorry to my United supporters. That's just my opinion. I see points for both though. My favorite team is AC Milan, but TFC, like my hometown team, I also like last because of their logo. Easy to draw. It's fair. It's fair. Hopefully we're seeing Henry be all right there. I thought Henry's had a pretty good game today, to be honest. Any Leverkusen fans here? Get ready for that L against us after the international break. Very cool that we got a Leverkusen fan. Very, very cool. I don't think there's a ton of Leverkusen fans like in our community. I know we have a few Wolfsburg fans, a couple Gladbach fans that like to tune in as well, just because there's not a lot of English content creators from on the Bundesliga. So, I mean, if you like Leverkusen, I hope you tune into the watch along when we get back, because that'll be a nice little game there. Has a bunch of BVB paraphernalia in the background. He's asking about his favorite team. Yeah. You want to know things about me? Bundesliga is my league. It's in the description as well. Bundesliga is my league. Dortmund's my team. And Canada is my nationality and my national team. So, local teams, though, from where I live is TFC and Forge. Shout out to the Philadelphia Union from JL. Shout out to you guys, my friends. Cavani leaves next season. Rashford's a left winger. Ronaldo plays. Might be good for Holland. Guardiola hates Riola with a passion, so that'll be interesting for sure. Those are also really good points. I think we've had this debate on the channel before, but very good points as well. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up in any of the three. I'm a Mexican fan, and I became a Leverkusen fan when Chicharito went there. That's very cool. And Chicharito was really, really good in the Bundesliga. When he moved on, man, I'm pretty sure he scored 15 plus goals in his first season. He had a great season at Leverkusen. My second half is kicked off, guys. I'm not sure if we hit our 100 likes. If we haven't, if you're just tuning in, guys, drop a like, say hello in the chat, and gained a lot of new subscribers today. So if I haven't given you guys a shout out, I'm sorry. Just know that I'm grateful for everyone who has come in and supported the channel today. Got Catalina in here. Plotting against tactical manager like she always is. Holy smokes, Jamaica got hammered today. What happened? Honestly, I don't know. I did not watch the game. Unfortunately, I did not watch the game. It was one of the ones where I swear, man, you rub your eyes. Losing at home 3-0 after adding depth, that is very poor there from Scott Kennedy. Kay does really well, draws a foul, but playing the advantage there. Scott Kennedy is a little too sloppy. Robinson. Oh, that was so poor from Scott Kennedy. Oh, man. That sucks. That sucks. I mean, that was Scott Kennedy's fault. It is as simple as that. On the replay again, man, it was a simple throw into Scott Kennedy. It just got dispossessed from Erison. And then a foul, which Kay had to make. Shifted it on over to Acosta. A beautiful ball in. And then the man who stripped Kennedy is the man who finishes it off. Those are what you can't do, man. It's what you can't do. I am really following Canada very closely this time, mostly because of you. I appreciate that, my man. Goal of mine to get Canadians into supporting our national team, getting in with a passion, but Very frustrating what we just seen. It sucks because we had possession. It was a simple throw-in. It's a tough way. It's a tough way to give up a goal, man. If this scoreline stays and we do lose this game, when you're asking for my predictions for the Canada-El Salvador game, it has to be a win. I mean, 4 points isn't ideal. It's not the worst thing in the world from the opening 3 games. But if we lose here to the States, that game against El Salvador becomes even more important. But I hope Herdman goes to the bench. I'm looking at Buchanan because, like I said, there is going to be some rotation. It looks like some of the key players, Jonathan David, Vitoria, those type of players were rested for this game. Buchanan only played 45 minutes in the Honduras game. He was very poor. But we're playing on the counter today. He is better suited for this type of game than Hoylett. It's got nothing to do with the goal. The goal simply came from a poor decision from Scott Kennedy. It was stripped, and it cost us. But to get back in the game, if I was going to the bench, I'd make a substitution. And a harsh substitution immediately. Kamal Miller for Kennedy. Not the substitution I would have made. I don't think that's totally fair to rip him off. I don't think Kennedy's been fantastic by any stretch. But I think we just need a little bit more pace. Larrea does really well. Cuts it back up. Okay, what are you doing, my man? Don't get fancy like that. There. Nicely done for Alphonso Davies. Finds a decent inviting ball. Hello from Argentina. Go Canada. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate the kind words. Frustrating goal to concede. And immediately hope I'm not roasting you too hard. Fernando always comes in. Always tries to just give me the little gut punch. It's tough. I mean, it's tough. It's a tough goal to give up, man. Samuel just subscribed to the channel. Samuel, I appreciate it, my friend. Welcome. If you're a Canadian fan, US fan, be sure to let me know. Because this game just got broken wide open. And Scott Kennedy made a mistake. Harrison punished him, and then Kennedy just got taken off. Which I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think that's a good substitution. I mean, yes, Kennedy just made a mistake, a direct mistake that Buchanan did. Buchanan got yanked off in the first. But it's not a strategical one. If you're going to be completely honest, we're not playing with the ball. You need more pace. Take off Hoylett. This is not a game for him. I don't like the U.S. because sometimes the players are arrogant. Sure, Mexico players does have sometimes, but they don't care about the amount of times that they beat us. Yeah, there's a little rivalry there between the U.S. and Mexico for sure. Mexico Giant of CONCACAF, greetings. Greetings, my friend. Greetings. Hope you're doing well. Mexico did pick up a big win today over Costa Rica to go 6 points from a possible 6. It's a poor ball once again. We're having trouble breaking out. Pulisic did well. Very sloppy from Henry once again. Put it right to Pulisic. From that led to a corner. Put on Corbiano. Corbiano is not in the team today. I don't know. If I was subbing someone for Herdman, if I was going to the bench, because like I said, I don't think Jonathan David is going to come on quite yet. I'm thinking like that's a 65th to 70th minute sub. Rotation still is going to be key coming up to the El Salvador game. Nice ball coming in. Cleared out. Very well done there from Daniel Henry. But I don't know. For me, it's obvious to bring on a little bit more pace. I think Buchanan for Hoylett would be ideal. Are you Canadian? I am Canadian. Can't tell. Rocking my Jonathan David jersey. I live in Canada. I'm born in Canada. I am raised in Canada. I'm as Canadian as it get, and I'm a little bit frustrated. It's tough. Like I said, when you're going up against the U.S. today, Borjan trying to collect it. He does. You got to be perfect. And I mean, U.S. have been sloppy at the beginning of this game. We've been a lot sloppier. And once again, back-to-back games, 2 mistakes. One coming from Buchanan led to a goal, and the other today from Kennedy led to a goal. Where's Producer T? He's chilling in the background, patiently observing the game. It's a good ball to Atakubi. Kind of quality we would get coming in. Very well defended there from John Brooks. It's a good ball, though. Really good ball from Atakubi coming down that left-hand side. We're seeing a little bit of a shift. That's a poor ball from Alistair Johnson, but a little bit of a shift. Canada, naturally, when you have the lead, the U.S. are sitting down a little bit. But hopefully that's going to just lead to a little bit more chances. That's a good ball there. I believe that's onside to find Alphonso Davies. Yes! Offside. Goal. There we go, baby. Let's go. Kyle Larin. That's what you want to see. And the boys are back in it. Oh. And that's where the pressure comes from. A simple ball. A simple ball to get in Alphonso Davies. Get him in behind. You give him too many chances. He had a good chances in the first game. He's had a couple this time. Look at it. I mean, Kamal Miller, a nice little ball to Atakubi. And look at that ball. Just so simple. So simple. Puts Alphonso Davies in behind Yedlin. The quality to put it across. Let's go, baby. Such a good play from Davies. Picks out Larin. And we're just like that. We're back in it. We're back in it. Drop a like, guys. You Canadians that are just tuning in. That deserves a fat old like. Put a W. Kyle Larin. I wasn't expecting the response so quickly, to be honest. I really wasn't. But that response came a lot quicker than I was not hoping, but thinking it was gonna. I was just talking about the fact that the U.S. were sitting back a little bit, like you said. Naturally, you do with the lead, and we immediately hit them. And it just shows what Alphonso Davies can do. It took one simple ball. He's too good. And I see two players on the sideline right now. It is Buchanan. It is David. I said the sub would probably become between the 65th and the 70th minute. Hey, why not? Sooner rather than later. I'm curious to see who's going to come off. Jonathan David, maybe for Kyle Larin, just because Larin has played now both games. Maybe you want him a little bit rested for that El Salvador game. And then obviously probably Junior Hoylett will come off for Buchanan. But two really promising substitutions coming up for Canada after getting the goal back. I like it. Where are the Americans at now? It is what we're expecting. Buchanan's coming on for Hoylett. That's the right decision. That is the right decision. That's a good substitution for Herdman. I'm curious to see if it is Larin. It wouldn't surprise me. I know he scored the goal. It's just, I mean, not a great game today for Hoylett, but it is that's a good substitution. Like I said, more than likely Larin will start the El Salvador game alongside Jonathan David. Give him some rest. He got his goal. We are still playing the 3-4-3 system, and just like that, you almost found Buchanan. But Buchanan's going to bring so much more to this game than Hoylett did. It just wasn't a game that was built for him to find a lot of success. Henry does really well. Oh, that's not a foul. Come on. That's poor. Davies is my GOAT. Yeah, spot on, my man. Mexico should be common ball where they would be forced to play better oppositions. Therefore, Mexico would be a better team and have better chances to win the World Cup. I don't think that's totally fair. I think for World Cup qualifiers, they're a CONCACAF nation. They should compete with a CONCACAF nation. I think that there should be an extra tournament that combines the two because, it just would be so much more fun. Who do you think is the best three players in Canada this year? Davies. Oh, man, it's hard. Davies, David, Larin. They're front three. It's hard to go against them. But big shout-outs to Buchanan. Big shout-out to Eustachio because I think they've been incredible as well. Free kick coming up here. Going for goal. Pathetic attempt. Buchanan will score. I like the looks of David and Buchanan coming on, man. That is some depth you like to see. But yeah, that's a fair shout too. Davies, David, Eustachio. Eustachio had a phenomenal year. He really did. He deserves a move. And I'll answer two. Should David move to a bigger club, and should Eustachio move to a bigger club? David should move to a club, I think, after this year. I'd like to see him in Lille for one more season. They lost their manager. They lost three of their pretty solid starting players. I still think with Champions League football, competing one more time, getting familiar, I think he should stay one more year and then move. If a move like Liverpool comes up, for example, a move like even Everton, like, I don't know. He does deserve a move. It's not quite yet. Nice little ball. Finds Jonathan David. And he gets there in front of Brooks, but Brooks does really well. And for Eustáquio, I want Eustáquio to move ASAP. If he goes to Braga, if he goes to Fenerbahce, he takes it. I would have liked to see him go to a top 5 league. Ooh, good little shot there from Mark Anthony K. Corbeanu is a Wolves player in the Premier League on loan to third tier side. He is. Corbeanu is a fan favorite. A lot of Canadians absolutely love Corbeanu, but he has not been playing for Sheffield Wednesday at all. So rightfully so, he did not get brought up because he just hasn't been playing. George has tuned in from Bayern now. Alphonso Davies national team versus US. Finds a way to show in his Bayern love in there. But yeah, George is American, so George, I'm assuming, is cheering on the US men's national team today. But it's good to hear from you, George. Hope things are well. Know some behind the scenes YouTube issues you're dealing with, but hopefully you're keeping well, and you and your family are doing good. I don't want David at Liverpool. Got a yellow card from Anthony K. Who do you guys like to see David go to? Because there were links. I mean, TSN jumped all over it. I don't know how legitimate the links were, but TSN did jump all over the fact that they thought that David was going to go to Liverpool. I didn't want him to go because I don't think he was going to play. I want to see him stay at Lille, especially with World Cup qualifiers coming up this year. 14 competitive games. Keep him in Lille where he's going to play week in, week out. I don't think the Liverpool move was going to be good. I don't know what kind of team I'd like to see David move on to eventually. I'd like to see maybe a top team, maybe like an AC Milan. They got some aging strikers. Actually, that's a really good shout, Josh. You're a genius. But I don't know where he's going to move. But I like it. With Giroud and Zlatan eventually moving on, I think he'd be good there. I just saw actually home of Juve. Imagine David at Juve with Chiesa, Kulusevski, Morata's there as well. They play in a 4-4-2-2, which is what he's playing at Lille. So you never know. That'd be a good one. But I like this front three, man. Davies on the left, Buchanan on the right, and Jonathan David through the middle. Speaking of Alphonso Davies, 1v3, 1v4. Yedlin did really well there, though. David to replace Vardy at Leicester. That'd be a good move. I really like Leicester. Producer T to be on cloud 9. A foul brought back. It is. TFC should get David. They wasted money on Altidore and Bradley. I don't want David to go to the MLS. No disrespect to the MLS. He needs to stay in Europe for life, pretty much, in my opinion. Henry did just go down. A little attitude coming up. Looks like Adams might have caught him with an elbow or a shoulder. He got a yellow card. But George did just do a nice donation to the channel. Always really appreciated. From Bayern now. Me and George are opposite people. George is American and a Bayern fan. And I'm Canadian and a Dortmund fan. But I appreciate the donation, George. He says Davies will probably get a back injury with all these 9 bumps he's carrying. Well, George... I mean, he's the difference maker. The creation is gonna come through Alphonso Davies. That is as simple as it is. He's good. He's good, obviously, Josh. He's great. He's one of the best, if not the best player in CONCACAF, and it doesn't take much for him to be dangerous. You've seen him come through the left-hand side and just cause chaos against these teams. Got a little love coming from Kay and Adams right now, which is good to see, but that's CONCACAF for you. Should Zlatan go to Germany to round up his top 5 leagues? Yes, 1000%, man. If I was Zlatan, I'd try to join Bayern and get a league, because I believe then he would have won a league in the top 5 leagues around the world, even though, I guess, the Liga is not a top 5 team anymore. But Adams acting like he didn't just throw down. Holy, this US team, shake my head. 20 minutes to go. That's a really good ball to Atakubi. Can he keep it in? Looks like he did. No, he didn't. But big shout out to George for the donation. I appreciate it. George's donations usually lead to me having to chirp the teams I support. So that's what George does. Do you keep in mind you don't want a player to move to a more competitive league and a team to ride the bench? Pedro, you're spot on. It's why I said this year when TSN had these David to Liverpool links, I didn't want to see it, especially now with 14 games competing for a World Cup. Him going to Liverpool, he wouldn't play. He wouldn't. It's not a good move. You're spot on. I do want to see him eventually move on to a better team because I think Jonathan David is good enough. Look at Alphonso Davies go. Making Tyler Adams his bitch. But actually, touche to Adams. Did sort of well. It takes 2 players to try to get down Alphonso Davies, who's just a weapon down this left-hand side. But yeah, I don't know where I want to see David go. I wanted to see David stay in Lille this year. Get minutes, get a lot of playing time, play in the Champions League, and continuously develop his game and play for Canada. But I don't think Lille's in the safest place, so I think eventually he'll have to move on. But not great news when you see Alphonso Davies down. Hoping he's okay. Maybe it's just cramp. He did play, obviously, the entire 90. I'm not sure who I'd want to come off the bench for Davies. I mean, no one can properly replace him. You could maybe play... I don't know, it's not good. He probably's got a cramp, man. Oh my god, why is Davies down? I missed it. I'm assuming cramp, man. He's still got an El Salvador game to come. We need to win that. Davies is pocketed. Oh, I wouldn't say pocketed. It took 2-3 players to get the ball off him, and he won the throw. But hopefully he's okay. I'm assuming German's going to be smart and just sub him off. He's gonna have to be careful. Because I think Davies should play... tactical manager is disappointed. Yeah, he asked for a sub. Yeah, that's smart. Hopefully, again, it's nothing serious whatsoever. Because we need him against El Salvador. And that way, I mean, hopefully he gives a little bit of it in his Osorio. So it'll be David and Buchanan. I'm assuming a shift in shape. It'll be a 3-5-2 now. Osorio will come to the midfield with Kay and Eustachio, with now a kind of a 2-striker system with Buchanan and David. But at the time, Davies is back on the pitch, which is good because hopefully it's not an injury. Probably just cramp, get him off, get Osorio on, and with the final 15, I mean, I'm being a little selfish. I would love to get a win here, but I mean, in reality, let's get this point and call it a day. But Borjan is they're playing for the point. You can see Borjan's waiting around, getting Pifok to chase him down. Frick! I hate Canada, George. Again, your donations just make me have to insult myself pretty much. You did do a donation, so I appreciate it, my man. He is mad at Canada. No way he misses any Bayern games. Doesn't look overly serious though, George. So hopefully for your Bayern love, I mean, Davies is walking around.
No way he misses any
I'm assuming hopefully he'll just be able to get rested. It's maybe looking like he's not coming off right away. The ball has went out a couple times here, but a couple familiar faces recognize George coming back in the chat. Did Davies get subbed off? He has not got subbed off yet. He did not get subbed off yet. He obviously went down with something. I'm not sure exactly what it is. He asked for a substitution. We saw Osorio for a glimpse kind of rounding up. If Osorio comes on, like I said, my assumption is we switch to the 3-5-2. Buchanan and David will be the 2 up front with Kay, Osorio, and Eustachio in our midfield. I hate you, George, but in a good way. In a good way, George. In a good way. But I think this is the substitution coming up. It is Davies for Osorio. We hope Davies is going to be all right. Desperately, hopefully, he's going to be okay for that El Salvador game. He just creates havoc down that left-hand side. He had a lot of chances in the Honduras game. The goal we scored tonight came directly from him. And put it on a plate for Kyle Larin. He looks a little annoyed, which isn't great. I'm hoping just annoyed because he got cramp and And Hutch is coming on too. Interesting to see. Coming on for Mark Anthony K. K's got a yellow, so it's a decent sub. What would you do if Canada qualified for the World Cup ahead of Mexico? Would you celebrate or celebrate slightly in the brain? I'd be surprised if we finished ahead of Mexico. I'd celebrate enough to be excited, but not enough to offend anybody. Because, you know, the rude Canadians. But Hutch is back on. Grab the armband. And US have the ball. Brooks puts it deep. Atakubi does well. And Osorio pumps it up. Why are the US fans booing now that Davies got subbed off? I don't know. Just trying to get into the Canadians' head, I assume. Decent ball there to Brennan Harrison. Nicely done from Richie Larea. And this is where we're going to be dangerous on the counters. When we got Tajon Buchanan going ahead. Finds Buchanan. Oh, goes through Brooks with ease. Tajon Buchanan. Oh! Tajon, what are you doing? You did so well. Oh, no. I don't even know if that was a cross or a shot or what that was, but he did so well. And this is why I said Hoylett needed to go off. Needed to get speed. This is a game for Buchanan. And just not a good look there for John Brooks, but... Oh, I should have shot it. Oh, he should have shot it. Oh, Tajon. US fans seem to get to be Borussia guys. That's why they dislike Alfonso. Yeah. And Canadians tend to be Bayern guys. I just was one of the guys who grew up being a massive Dortmund fan, and then Alfonso got picked up from Bayern. Awkward position, I know, but Buchanan. That's the kind of movement that would have been helpful all game. The Hoylett game, in my opinion, he would have suited the Honduras game a lot more, and because we would have possession. He's a creative player. We're hitting on the break. This is exactly where Tajon comes useful, and he should have buried that. He should have just hit through the ball. He was right in front of goal. Oh, man. It's all right. Let's see if we can get some more chances. Tajon's on the ball once again. Jonathan David has been really quiet in the Honduras game. Oh, Buchanan once again squeaks his way through. Ref, grow a pair of nuts. Come on. Tajon is calling. I was calling for him all game long, man. And good for him, because he had a really poor game in Honduras. But he got lucky here. Tyler Adams got caught. No VAR. And honestly, the foul would have came outside of the box, so it wouldn't have been a pen anyways. It would have been outside of the box. But that's frustrating. It is frustrating. But if you got guys tuning in, be sure to drop a like, guys, if you're joining us. Drop a sub if you haven't yet, and say hello in the chat if you're new around here. A lot of new faces. Appreciate everyone who's subscribed, who's donated. We have about a little over 10 to go here. It wasn't a penalty. But it could have been a foul. But now we got a free kick. Regardless, Eustachio is over the ball. What would you do if Dortmund got Europa League? It'd be a massively disappointing. It'd be embarrassing. We have an easy group. With all due respect to those teams, we should be getting out of the group. But ball comes in for Eustachio. Very easily taken there from Matt Turner. Pulisic kind of anonymous. Yeah, Pulisic didn't... I mean, knock on wood, I don't want to awake him now, but Pulisic had a bit of a quiet game. Jonathan David has been really quiet in the Honduras game, and really quiet since coming on. Tajon Buchanan has been really good coming on. Sorry, but Canada is going to the World Cup. Don't gotta apologize to me, my man. You're barking up the right tree. Guys, just accept that it's not a foul. I mean, either way. I mean, I think it was a foul, in my opinion. But either way, it was outside the box. It wasn't a penalty. I mean, that free kick arguably couldn't have been any more dangerous than the free kick Eustachio just took. So, if it was in the box, you might have seen me get a little bit more frustrated. But there's no VAR. There's nothing we can do about it. We have to go on... Sorry, but it's the most Canadian thing ever said. Yeah, you'll see a good chunk of Canadian out of me. Absolutely starving, though. U.S. will fail to qualify because of Central American teams. Who, I don't know, man. That would be a huge disappointment for the U.S. if they can't find a way to qualify here. Poor ball from Henry, though. Go Canada. I like it. Have you seen Romo in the Mexico take pens? I have not. Does he take them weird? Or Jimmy, what makes his penalties unique? Take them like Neymar, or is he one stepper kind of guy? I don't know. I've never seen him take a pen. Goal kick, really well done from Richie Larea. If Canada wins, things are gonna get spicy. It would be such a result to go to the States, make this U.S. start 0-1-1. Oh man, yeah, it would be something. Oh, Josh Sargent's coming on. Look out. I'm sorry, that was mean. But I apologized, so still Canadian. But it is Sargent and it is Conrad. And Conrad's been in pretty good form as well. And there's a third player there. It is Roldan. Triple substitution from Greg coming in the 82nd minute. That's got a thrill, tactical manager. Curious to see who's going to be coming off. Probably P. Fox going to coming off. He had a pretty poor game. Legette's coming off, and Brennan Arison maybe. Legette coming off for Christian Roldan. Okay, substitution, I guess. Canada clearly the better side today. Game plan stance, yeah, I'd say so. Sargent's coming on. Arison's coming off. And P. Fox coming off as well for Conrad. Decent substitutions as well. It's raining in my area. Let's go Canada. Wins today. Aha, much love, much love. Yeah, I'm assuming the Mexicans will be cheering on. Oh, that's a good ball. Defended well there from Alistair Johnson. Defended really well. That's why Alistair Johnson is undroppable at the moment, man. Also because no one else can come close to playing on that outside right-hand position. Because we got mostly left-footers. Miller, Kennedy. There's no one who can really play in a back three for Canada as the outside right center back. Vittoria and Henry can only play in the middle. That's a fact. Kennedy, arguably, I guess, could play in the middle, but I mean, he's a lefty, as is Miller. And they make it challenging to play on the right-hand side. It could be maybe done, but also Alistair Johnson's in incredible form. If Canada wins, the U.S. fans will be furious. Even if it's a draw, the U.S. fans will be furious. A point in today for Canada is a win. If we pull off a win, I mean, I don't know how to react to that. It'd be huge. But let's go, Canada. Sitting back now, I'm assuming the pressure may come from the States. It's a good point. Josh Sargent's on the ball though. Alistair Johnson. It's a clumsy foul. Pulisic disappeared. He's done nothing. Yeah, he hasn't had a great game. How can Canada be the better team? US have 72% possession. When it's hard. Going into the game, you have to know your game plan. The United States are home. They're going to have more of the ball. It's expected. They didn't create a lot. I don't think any U.S. fan here is going to say, with 72% of possession, we did enough to win this game. Canada defended well and hit hard on the break. And that was their game plan. And in terms of someone's game plan, I think just like Honduras played a better game than Canada did because they played to their strengths. And that's what Canada did today. Pulisic got a free kick and over the net. But yeah, I mean, they had possession, which is always nice, but they've done nothing with it. And Canada has probably created more chances, in my opinion. And we're able to take one. And arguably, Tejan should have put that one in the back of the net. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who do you guys think have been the better team today? I think a draw is fair. I think Canada, with their game plan, stubborn on defense, hitting on the break, I think if they would have started Tejan, it would have been a better outlook. If they would have started Hoylett in the Honduras game and Tejan in this game, I think you would have seen two drastically different games. Because this game's completely suited Buchanan, and Hoylett, I think, would have had the creativity to... Oh, come on. Call that foul. Call that a foul. It was. Well done. Well done from Miller. People who think possession decides who's a better team should watch Leicester play or should watch Atletico Madrid play. Atletico Madrid won a league with having an average of, I believe, close to 50, if not under. In some of those games, playing teams like Getafe, they had 30%. It's not all about that. But yes, they did have a lot of the ball. Canada created better chances, in my opinion. They looked more in control. US sometimes looked clueless in possession. I think that's fair, and I don't think a lot of the US fans would disagree with that. I haven't obviously watched Pete's takes. I'll probably maybe tune into their to Pete's previews because I'm curious to see what they say. But I can't imagine tactical manager and Pete are happy. That's a really good movement there from Osorio and Atakubi. I went one too many. Barca had more possession than Bayern and lost 8-2. They did, guys. There's a few minutes to go, though. If you guys are just tuning in, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub, and say hello in the chat. Had a really good watch along today. You guys have been fantastic to tune along with. And this is going to be a big point for Canada, baby. If they can pull this thing off. Eustachio. David. Putting a little bit of pressure on right now. Buchanan's got it. Our ticker just pieced out. Finds Hutch. Good little movement here from Canada. Hutch. Ah, no one going back post. Couple really good plays down that right-hand side. Good movement on and off the ball there. Hutch got lucky 2 or 3 times. It just looked like he did not want to take that ball with him. But this is what David's got to be better at, man. There's no movement there. He's got to find a way to throw his body in the line. That was a really good ball. And another poor throw in from the U.S. there. I'll call that a foul on us. Come on. Canada is the best team in the world by far. Canada, can't wait to see them get some real recognition. Hey, I like it, guys. I like it. I appreciate everyone tuning in today. Best team in the world. So bit of a stretch, but I like it. Atakubi's down, but he got some help from Matt Turner. Possession doesn't matter these days. That is absolutely spot on. The ticker decided to say no. It did. A draw is a good result. It's important to go to Central America, bring home 3 points. That'll be the deciding factor for Canada if they qualify. I agree. It'll be really, really challenging to go to Central America. I'm nervous of that Honduras game. Even the Costa Rica game. I'm not convinced by Costa Rica, man. I'm more convinced by Panama now than I am from Costa Rica. There's a fair chance Costa Rica, well, actually Jamaica probably, and Costa Rica could finish the bottom 2. Did just gain another subscriber to the channel, though. Nice ball coming in. Borjan's grabbed it. I appreciate it, my friend. If you guys are tuning in, you haven't done so yet, drop a like and a sub. And I try to give shout-outs to everyone who's subscribed. I don't always see them because I'm watching the game. But if you have subscribed, know I really appreciate it. And there's about a minute left here before extra time comes in. I cannot speak German. I can only speak English. Who's number 1 right now in World Cup qualifying? Mexico will be top. Mexico has taken 6 points from 6. They're the only team to do so. I think they're looking pretty good, man. What do you do when you're not recording? A lot of stuff. Little bits and pieces. But we do some work for Dortmund, which is fun. Trying to get our Canadian in there as well. Yeah, it's me from Kentucky, Chelsea fan with over 100K. Green Turf. Are you another YouTuber? If so, very cool. Assuming maybe you're tuning in to keep an eye on the US and Chelsea. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Did you watch the Germany game? Royce had a masterclass. He did. Royce, for you guys who don't know, is my favorite player. He's my guy. Little cause for concern there for the States, but they're doing all right. We'll be in Qatar. We got some names: Mexico, U.S., Canada, and Panama. Panama is showing that they're here to play. And if you didn't, I'm a YouTuber with 46 subs. You're on your way, David. You're on your way. Panama definitely showed that they're here to play. BBB should sign Zaniolo from Juve. He's an excellent signing. Two ACL injuries are tough. They're tough, man. Green Turf says, yeah, just found you randomly and subscribed. Well, Green Turf, I will check you out after this. And always down to maybe do a collaboration that interests you. Tried to do a couple Chelsea collabs if we were going to get Callum Hudson-Odoi. It didn't go our way, unfortunately for us, but maybe when we sign Holland. Okay. Green Turf's taking shots. He's taking shots. He's got maybe a point, though. I don't know. I feel like Holland would go maybe towards City or Madrid. Late corner coming in from Pulisic. Ooh. 3 additional minutes, and we've played 2 of them. And a really good opportunity there. Good ball coming in from Christian. Who got it? Who got that header on there? Is that Yedelin? Just over. Borjan seemed like it would have been on him. Werner and Lukaku are enough. When Canada plays Panama, you're going to play some Van Halen. Oh, it was Miles Robinson who got on the end of that. Do you watch 442? Oons, I do. I watch them every once in a while. Some of their funny stuff, usually about Jurgen Klopp. Damn, Green Turf has over 100k subs. Very, very cool, my man. I'm definitely going to reach out to you, so I'm going to hold you to that. You gained my attention. I know you're trying to take Holland from me, but you got Lukaku instead. Nicely done there, Jonathan David. One last opportunity. Come on, just end this game, man. I'll take a point every day of the week. Yes. The 3 minutes have been played. And that, I believe, is the game. Whew. All right. That's a massive point, man. That is a massive, massive point for Canada. If we can get 3 points against El Salvador, I know I said I would have liked 6. But if we went away to the States and got a 1-1 draw, not my favorite 1-1 draw against Honduras, but if we can get 3 points against El Salvador and get 5 points, that is massive. We sit in 3rd place right now after 2 games. I know it doesn't matter too much right now, but still, it's important. Every point counts. It was a better setup, man. We approached the game better than the States did, and I don't think the Americans will disagree with that. We had a game plan. Herdman, credit where credit's due. Going to the States, going to an environment like that, picking up a big point after a bit of a disappointing result is huge. I cannot wait to do the 5 takeaways. It'll be a fun little video to tune in, but this was a really, really fun watch along, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Massive, massive point. From the Canadian perspective, you guys should be fired right up. The U.S. will probably, and rightfully so, be a little disappointed. But with that, we're going to wrap this up, and we'll have our 5 takeaways coming out soon. I always enjoy doing that. So if you guys haven't one last time, be sure to drop a like on your way out. Drop a sub as well. And yeah, huge shout out to the Canadian national team. I will take that point away from home at the States every single day. Thank you guys for tuning in with me. We'll see you guys next time. Go Canada.